Hey, what's going on, everybody? Frank's lost here. Welcome to another great edition of Renegade Radio, episode 14 of season 2. And should be an exciting time tonight because of the success of last week's show being broadcasted in Grand Forks at the Grand Forks Best Source. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that very, very much. I hope you guys did too. Let's see. Let's try to get everybody in here that needs to be in here. Everybody that would need to be in here for now. Set up the live here. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed last week's show. I thought it went really well. Had a lot of fun actually. It was different though, just being able to do what we how we did it, with everything. How they had it all set up and all that. It was good. I'm glad that we got to do it. All right. Go live here. All right. Oh, Hey, here she comes.
Hello.
Hearing some noises. What's going on? Hey,
You hear me?
I hear you.
All right.
It's like we're going back to the past, kind of like rewinding.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're just fine.
That was my throwback. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Ah, yes. There. When you worked for Verizon back in the day, right?
Yeah. There you go.
'Cause we all remember that.
Hmm. How was your weekend?
Oh, I mean, it was okay. Just had to work. I mean, technically, my weekend's going on right now as we speak.
Oh yeah, this is your weekend.
Yeah, every time I do a show, it's technically my weekend. It's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Not bad
Well,
at
Bobby
all.
had a gig in New Folden on Friday, so I got to close a little early and borrowed a car and took off and
There you go. Hang
went
out
to
at the hobo house there, or the hobo, or whatever
it's
they
a
call
hobo,
it.
yeah. It's
Oh,
not the hobo house anymore, it's the hobo
set up.
bar and
Oh,
grill in New Folden, owned by our
excellent.
good
Almost
friends Tim
actually.
and Don Marstead.
Oh, okay. I almost accidentally called it something else that rhymes with hobo too, because so it sounds like when I
Oh,
when I when I use B words, sometimes it makes it sound like I'm saying the M word. Like like I'm so stepped up or whatever. Like hobo, hobo, but it's hobo,
yes, yes,
HOBO. Yeah,
yes.
so don't get it confused, kids.
So instead of
Yeah,
B, it sounds
yeah,
like an M.
yeah.
Okay,
Sometimes when I
okay.
speak,
I was like, what the hell are
if
you
I
trying to
add
say
too
now?
much too much nasally stuff to it, we'll just say, which I try not to do, but you know, so what happens when you're born with a cleft palate? I guess is things
Hmm.
happen, but it's
I
all
guess
good.
I never even realized that. I never noticed. Some people it's really noticeable. They must have given you a good surgery.
Well, sometimes we get calls from random telemarketers or whatever, they'd ask me if I had a cold all the time. I was like, "Yep, a chew, cold." But I'm glad that's not noticeable around here because I was one thing I was kind of worried that people were going to be like asking like, well, why do you always sound stuffy all the time? It's like, yeah, well, why are you bald all the time?
I was born that way.
Born that way, yeah, that's right. We're all born that way.
Well,
Anyway,
most people are born bald, so
well, this is our pre-show, or at least for right now, until we get some more of our folks over here to get here. I think Mad Dog might be the only one not showing up tonight because he had a gig going on. So, but I figure we'll set off with us anyway, just to get it started because I want to kind of go over a little bit of last week. Hey, there's Mike. There he is,
Hey,
Mikey.
hey, hey, what's up?
Mr.
Hey,
Mike Massey, I
how's it going
Hey,
here?
hey, hey.
don't see you.
Oh, he's
Oh,
coming.
you
Don't
can't
worry.
see me? What's up with that?
He has the John Cena syndrome. Can't see him.
Why we can it says it
Did you
says you should be
join
able
with
to
video?
I don't know what's going on. It
Oh,
says
you have,
stop video. What am I
no,
doing?
don't stop your video. I can see you. But
You
she
can
can't
see
see.
me? Okay, good.
She
Yeah.
But
can't
she
see you.
can't see me though.
She's just blind. She's just eating plain rice or whatever.
Maybe it's the company I keep.
The company.
You can't see me?
No, I
Yeah.
can't.
No.
Stop,
I don't know
stop
what's
being,
going on.
stop being Chinese and open your eyes.
Open eye. Open
Open
eye.
eye.
Open eye.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah. Can
Oh,
blindfold you with a piece of paper there. I tell you.
No,
yeah.
I just got a blank screen. I can see him fine and
Oh,
myself.
Well,
mm.
he'll show up eventually.
Oh, yeah, I guess I will.
I can
What do
see
you
it.
got? Hey, are you guys got a? Well, who do you have on tonight? Is it
Well, I was
Smokey the
just gonna
Bandit?
say that this is welcome to Renegade Radio, everybody. This is our pre-show. We're doing a pre-show right now because, like we did last week, because we have lots of guests anyway. But 4 guests we have, but not separately. 3 guests are part of the Smoking the Bandit Eastbound and Down tribute. it's the official tribute to Smoking the Bandit. I've seen a lot of their shorts, a lot of their videos randomly in the last couple months, and I figure, you know what? One day I want to ask these guys if we could do an interview, and the guy Sean Bailey, who's in charge of it, went ahead and made that arrangement. So we're getting Smokey, we're getting Bandit, and we're getting
Junior.
Smokey's son Junior. So, and then the last person that'll be on will be Ann Kissel, and she does a Roseanne BARR tribute. So
Oh, that's cool.
if you like Roseanne, you'll be in for some good times.
So what? So they're the guys that do the short videos that like they're in their cars and they go to different like car shows.
Oh, I believe so. Well, they do that, and then they like put on an actual tribute show that they do. I don't know if it's daily. I think it's just. I mean, we'll find out. You know,
Well, you
Find
book
out.
them. You can,
Yeah.
they've got a booking site where you can book them for like parties or weddings or, you
I
know.
believe they're out of Missouri.
You know, I am looking at my the show on my phone and I do see you, so it must be the computer.
It could be.
Yeah.
It could be.
Oh, that was good. You get to see me. That's okay.
Yeah. Mike looks like
That's good.
Mike looks like an 80-year-old grandma. But so
And
Taylor.
Bobby
I
does
am.
have an interview on this same computer here at 9 p.m. He's doing music on the couch.
Yeah, I heard that.
So yeah, he's doing that at 9. So
From Texas. Well, don't worry, we'll be out of here by 9 o'clock. We'll be out of here before 8 o'clock. For crying out loud.
well, he might sneak in here and do a mic check real quick.
Oh, that's
Like
fine.
plug in the mic because I don't have the mic or the headphones or
No
anything
problem.
up. So
It's all good. Well, first of all, I want to apologize to Mike. Mike.
Why?
Well, because last week, see, I didn't know because of how far away I was from the studio or from the where the monitors were. They showed us everything that was being recorded as far as like how everything was going, but I didn't know that you were trying to ask a question. You know,
Oh,
you had your hand
yeah.
raised, and then it had this thing saying, Mike or Michael has a question, and you never got a chance to answer that question. I had no clue that you were, what's going on. And
No,
then,
I know. It's just a lot of people. So when you have that, it's gonna be the same amount of people, right? I mean,
well,
because everybody.
minus one, and this is why we have the people that we have, because if one can't make it, we still have people that can.
Yeah.
That's the whole
It's
purpose
just
of
a
why I do this.
yeah, it's just a lot of people. That's all it is. And so everybody's trying to
It was your
no, no,
first
no,
time.
no.
It was your first time being on the show, so you'll get used to that. Everybody
Yeah,
gets
I
used
got
to it rather quickly. These
Hey,
guys
can you hear
call
me?
next time if you want to ask a question or whatever.
Can you hear me?
Oh
yes,
yeah, we can hear you.
You can hear me?
Oh yeah,
How do I sound? Okay.
you sound great.
I'm on my new computer.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
for the
you
show
look-
only.
okay.
yeah,
Well,
you
perfect.
sound better than you normally do.
Do I look all right?
Yo, look at
You
you.
look like an
Wow.
Oh, fancy.
no. All right, all
You're making me feel you're
sexy.
embarrassing me, Jesus.
Well, you look like an 80-year-old grandma. It's okay though.
Yes.
No, I'm just kidding.
An 80-year-old grandma,
Hey.
sexy
No,
grandma.
I'm just kidding.
That's
I'm just kidding. I don't mean to humiliate everybody. I mean, hey, I'll probably look that way too someday. Hopefully. I hope for that. I want to like.
You hope that you'll still have hair when you're that age.
Oh, I probably will.
yeah, that's true.
I come from the bushy side of the family. We're all kind of hair.
From the Robin Williams side.
Yeah, Robert Williams. Well, that's my brother. He's all hairy and everything. Anyway. Well, in case anybody's eating dinner out there, I don't want to spoil your dinner there. I'm playing right. Anyway, so no,
Yeah, Harry is
know that you
good.
were asking a question, so I just I apologize for that to Mike. Next time when
Yeah.
I'm trying to learn what I need to look for next time when we go in the studio, or when I go in the studio or whatever, and we do a live show over there. So I keep
Yeah.
pay more attention to that. I know
You're
what to
fine.
expect. So
You're good. Everything's
all
fine.
right. Did you enjoy last week at all? Did everybody enjoy last week?
Yeah. Yeah, I had a good time.
It was something. It was definitely. It was different. It was definitely different as far as the experience, and I guess you have to be there to really understand. But you guys have worked in studios before, most of you, and I mean, you know how it goes. It's like it just it's a different environment. Compared to just doing something like this, where it's just like we're all doing through webcam and everything. So,
Right.
But anyway, does somebody have a TV on? Is that, I hear. a
Yeah,
TV.
somebody's got a TV.
That's
on.
me. Hold on, I'll mute it, okay?
Oh, okay.
What's going on here? I've got a big box up on my, got a pop up here. Okay, there we go.
Eastbound and down, look it up and okay.
Well, anyway, yeah,
We
so
gonna-
yeah, that's what's going on tonight. But I figure let's do a little pre-show so we get a chance to chat for a little bit for an hour at least, because we're not always going to do pre-shows like this. Most of the time, if we have one guest, it'll start the show. We'll start at 6 at the normal time. It's just I want to make sure that we have enough time. So in case if anybody
That
has
better?
anything they want to say, yeah, that sounds fine. You're good. So what type of computer did you get then?
It's my wife worked down Florida for a real estate thing.
Okay,
She had a Dell. It's a stand-up one. It's like Nudo. She never hardly used it.
okay.
She only had used it for work, but most times she used theirs, and now she brought it up here and never used it. So she says, "Why don't you use that for the show?" You know what I mean?
Sure.
It's a Dell and it's got the tower and everything, but she ordered me a new camera, which I just got
Okay.
today. She set me up, man.
Oh, that's good. That's
That's
good.
good.
Yeah, no kidding. No, I'm
You look good. You sound good, man.
I'm,
got
I'm
some
getting,
good
I'm
filters
getting
on that thing
professional,
or
man.
something?
I'm getting professional. It's funny because we went on to hold on a second. We had to go on to Zoom to do a test, you know what I'm saying, to see if the
Yeah.
camera worked and everything, and it didn't look as good as it looks now. I mean, unless I'm
Oh,
just
yeah.
handsome as fuck. I mean, I don't know.
Well, sure you do. Yeah,
You
sure
know,
do.
Tony's not gonna be there, right?
Yeah, he told me. It's all right. I'm not worried about it. I mean, he's doing his deal anyway, so it's understandable.
I mean,
Right.
yeah,
Whatsoever.
if I was getting paid to do something else right now, I'd probably be doing that too. Money's money. $20 is $20, baby.
That's right. That's right. That's what I.
What is he doing? He's working.
Who?
He's
Oh
working
yeah,
at-
he's bodyguarding right now down in like it's a bigger place than what he usually works at.
Oh.
But yeah, that's what he's doing. He's bodyguard or whatever they do, security.
He said he was doing that this weekend too, because there was a band.
Well, he's been working at
Awesome,
night times
awesome.
too. He's working at a bar too at nights.
Oh, okay.
So I guess he's making extra money doing that. And
So he's doing security work.
yeah,
His security.
he's
okay.
retired. He's retired, so he grabs these little deals. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, that's good though.
So,
Yeah.
A little extra cash or whatever. Yeah, I mean, his security job's probably a lot more fun than my security job. My
Yeah.
security.
What do you secure? Do you secure the whole hotel, or what do you
It's
do?
everything. We have access to everything, or we're supposed to anyway. It's supposed to be casino, hotel, water park, all types of stuff. And
What's the most problems you ever had, like with people? What's the weirdest thing that's ever happened to you?
the fact that we have people that are wealthy that come down there that spend all their time and all their money coming to the casino and gambling all day long. I work a 10-hour shift. They're there longer than that sometimes.
Do you ever have problems with them? You ever had to kick somebody out because they're acting stupid? Or
Oh, yes. Yeah. I mean, there's stuff that most of the stuff is confidential. I can't really talk about every little thing, but yeah,
no, sure you can.
there's been,
That's why I never go there.
there's been times that just, you don't know from day to day of what if it'll be a good day or if it'll be a crazy day. Like there's stuff that happens in the water park. There's stuff where people get too crazy and they think that they're getting screwed over or their money or whatever, by the machines. Like, oh, I put a $100 bill in there, it didn't register. You guys better fucking take care of it. Blah 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 blah. All that type
You
of
ever have
stuff.
to deal with drunk people, like people drinking, and then you
Yes.
go like,
Yes.
okay,
Yes. Oh yeah. And you know what? It's gonna get worse because they're making a bar where the malt shop is, okay? And it's gonna be like a mixed drink bar, so you're gonna have competition at the casino there. I don't know if you knew that there, Tanya, or Mama T. But yeah, the casino they already have a small bar there right now. So it's just like, beer that's just like
Yeah,
what,
a window to buy beer. Yeah.
Well, it's in a closet, literally,
Yeah.
right now. But here,
I've gotten beers from there before.
$6 beers anyway. So $6 for, it doesn't matter the brand or whatever. They're
That's
all the same price.
expensive.
Well, I mean,
Mm.
don't drink beer then, drink pop. It's free,
Well, that's why I drink coffee.
But it's not, yeah, that's free too, the coffee. It's all, all included in the experience, I guess, we'll just say. Complimentary, that's the word I was looking for. Um, but no, I mean, the job, it's just day by day. I mean, when I worked in security back when I first, like around the time when I met you, Mike, back in the
Yeah.
early days or whatever, 2006,
Right.
days anyway.
Yeah.
It's a different type of experience because everybody had the level of what, like the type of job you had is based on how high you were up in the rankings.
Oh,
We do
okay.
this thing called taxables now. Back in the day, a guard like me who isn't a supervisor or MOD or anything like that would never have to do that type of stuff.
So
Have
how
to.
big a hotel? So you're not working at the same place I knew you at before, like in 2006. This is a different place or the
No,
same?
this is the same. This is the
So
same.
how big is the hotel now? Have they added on to it, like, the size of the hotel, or is it about the same?
It's the same. I mean, they're currently in a remodel process right now because they're working on the siding of the building. They added all that stuff on in like 2000 or 2001, 2002. I was a junior in
Yeah.
high school when that happened. When they started
You've been
doing
there. I mean, you've been there a while. How long have you been there?
not that long because I got fired back in 2008. Like
You
I
did?
I worked in 2006 as a security guard up until 2008, and then about April or May, about my 2-year anniversary, I decided that I wanted to do something different because I was, sick of being a security guard. It wasn't real paying much. It wasn't doing much. It
Yeah.
just wasn't fun. I thought,
Right.
hey, I know what I'll do. I'll work in the arcade because that sounds fun.
Yeah. Right.
But that was a lie. That was a big lie.
So
Wasn't
why do
fun
you?
at all.
So is it too personal thing as to why you got fired? Like, why did you get fired?
Oh, they thought I stole tokens.
Did you? No, you
No,
didn't.
no, I didn't.
Why would you ask that question? You think he's going to answer honestly?
He's
No,
like,
I-
Not on
I'm
the
being
air,
answering
but
honestly.
live.
I am
No,
answering
no, no.
honestly. I'm serious.
I thought you
That's
could be
what-
honest about it, so you're not gonna really tell me.
No, I am telling you that is exactly what happened.
So you stole tokens and then you got fired.
So supposedly, because this is what they did back in the day when the arcade was running, like differently. They had people that they hired to do the arcade stuff, like most arcades do. But
Yeah.
now they don't. Now it's like you go in there and nobody is in control or nothing. It's just you have a card deal, for all your points and whatever, and then you just put all the machines require a card.
Yeah,
They
but why did they
supposedly-
think? Yeah, but why did they think you were stealing? What was the deal with that?
I can honestly tell you it's because of the fact that and I'm pretty sure this goes back to when I started my YouTube career, supposedly or whatever. I used
Yeah.
to, I was so excited about starting YouTube that I would bring the camera to work. And
Okay.
technically, you're not supposed to film,
Oh,
take pictures. I didn't do it in the casino. I didn't do it in the casino. I didn't, I was a good boy. I made sure I didn't film there. But I was making a vlog before vlogs were cool,
yeah.
like showing my day and showing this is what I do, blah blah blah. And at the time, I didn't really care for, I didn't care if you liked it or if you didn't. I'm going to film you. I'm here all day. Suck it
Yeah.
up, buttercup, whatever.
Right.
I didn't,
So you're saying they
so
made up an excuse to say you
I
stole?
firmly believe that's what they were looking for because the people that I would always film, especially the lifeguards and everything, not because of what they look like or whatever, they're just part of the video. It wasn't because I
Right.
was gonna be creepy or whatever. They're just I worked with them, so I filmed them.
Well, yeah, but
know.
they should have just said because they should have gave you a warning. Hey, you can't film here. Da 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 da.
They always just ask why do I film it? I said, well, making a YouTube vlog. They didn't know what that meant, and it was a new thing at the time. So
But they never said you can't do that. I mean, they never said, hey, you can't film here.
no, they just got sick of it, and so they finally found something to fire me for.
Well, they should have just told you up front. I mean, they should have just said, hey, this is why we're letting you go because you're fucking these people. You can't film here. Da 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 da.
Hey, I would have respected it a lot more. I tell you what, if they would have just said that,
That's so weird. Why the fuck?
Some
Why would
people
you
are-
even do that?
Cause some people are just like that, especially
They
people
just-
around here.
They'll
They're just
find
weird.
anything.
Like
I mean,
northern
nowadays you can
Minnesota.
get fired for you could get fired for not flushing the toilet after you took a dump. You know, I mean, who knows? Nowadays.
Whatever.
I
yeah,
mean, not in
whatever.
our area, but you just never know. I mean, it's like, and I always go back to toilet humor because that's just the type of stuff I bring to the show. Sometimes people love that.
So is that a small town you live in? I mean, does everybody know everybody's business?
Yeah, yeah. We get the
Oh,
same people that show up all the time. I should be
um,
back to my job, but there's nobody watches this show that works there. There's just customers that do, but not.
Yeah. Let's watch what we say so you don't lose your job again.
Well, it'd be more understandable.
Just in case.
just the-
Now, see, I'm a lot like I can say what happened as far as because this was a long time ago. It doesn't matter anymore, I mean, but like I'm not going to tell you like what I'm doing currently as far as like the current like I'll give you like a synopsis, but not like really go into it, that sort of thing.
yeah. How
'Cause, I
how
mean-
is small town life? I mean, do you like it, or would you rather be somewhere else?
Dude, I lived in Rapid City, South Dakota for 5 years. I miss that. I'm a big city guy. I live in a small town right now in Brooks. Brooks is like, there's like probably 3 people that live here. Well, there's more.
Yeah.
Nothing open
Yeah.
after 9 p.m.
I mean,
And you're lucky if anything's open on a Sunday.
The only reason why I moved to this town was because I was close to my job, which is now I'm only 15 minutes away from my job. If I would have
Yeah.
seen Bush, where I'm from, I would have been an hour or so away. So it's a big
Yeah.
difference.
Right.
I'm just back in Minnesota. See, when you met me, I was living in Thief River. I'm living in Brookside. I've lived in a lot of different places since those days, and I've always been kind of a single guy. I've never really had trying to get relationships and everything. Just seems like it never works out for me, And
Relationships are hard, though. I mean,
well, I see
that
what everybody's
shit.
gone through. I see what you went through. I see what Mama T's went through. I'm hell even
It's
John
hard.
shit before,
Yeah, it's hard.
you know.
I
I
got-
What
just
do you guys think? Do you think it's hard? Is everybody married on this thing? Oh, I know he is. I know the other guy. What's his
I love it.
You love it.
yeah, he loves it because his wife now is great, but I don't,
Yeah, I do whatever I want, anytime I want, anything I want. She loves
Really?
me, it doesn't matter. She's younger than me, so we get along great. 30-some years.
How long? How old? Okay, so how much older is she to you, or younger?
I'm 13 years older. I met her when she was
Older.
17. I was 30.
Okay, okay.
And I was
How'd
short,
you
fat,
guys
tall, and
meet?
ugly then too. Huh?
How did you guys meet?
I used to do vending, like I used to do vending machines, like poker machines and stuff. And her mother
Right.
had a joint that we had machines in. So I would
Okay.
talk to her, sit down and talk to her and stuff like that. And then we just hit it off. And her mother didn't like it, but her family didn't like it because she was young. She looked like a little kid. You know what I mean? So I would take her to McDonald's and I'd take her to get ice cream. No,
Right.
just kidding.
Happy Meal.
Happy Meals, yeah.
You take her-
I actually tell people I used to babysit her and change her diapers and shit. And I thought, I'm going to get this bitch one day. You watch.
Yeah.
That's
Take her
sick.
to
I'm
park
sorry.
and push her on the instead.
Here, little girl, have a lollipop.
Yeah. It's got a baby picture of her, and I told her, but here's when I met my wife. She was this age.
She still looks like
You want to go in the playland tonight, honey?
Let me go in the sandbox and play.
What kind of toy you want with your Happy Meal?
Yes. We've been, I'll tell you what, I wouldn't want my life any other way. She's going away next week, and I'm going to be a mess without her. A
Yeah.
mess.
Yeah,
You know, I'm a kind of guy, I have to have sex like 2-3 times a day, plus masturbate 4 or 5 times.
That'd be nice. Yeah,
So-
I understand.
Oh, I brought you something for tonight.
What?
Oh, good.
What is it?
It's Kleenex.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. We need
Give it to me.
Kleenex. Yeah, masturbation.
Here, give it
that's
to
what
me.
we do.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I'm so glad we're so open around here. I tell you.
Yeah, we are.
about
That's
this
good.
show, it's like it's such
I
a-
wanted to say when you guys were talking about his job about getting fired, I was going to say I got fired. I got caught masturbating and I got fired too, but
Oh,
that
well,
didn't-
Yeah, it
I never
happens.
took it that far. It's- Don't need
It
Neil
happens.
Paul around here.
that was fun. It was
That-
fun.
That temperature. We got a guy around here that'll post about any type of news, no matter how severe it is or whatever, and
Oh.
he'll make up like information. His name's Neil Carlson. He lives in
Yes.
and he's
Yeah, I
just
remember
like,
he reported on us what happened here, and
oh yeah, that was the first
that
that I
was
heard about
just
it through him.
police radio. He didn't talk to us, didn't even attempt to talk to us, didn't call us, nothing, didn't ask
Yeah.
what it was, just went
Oh
by.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's done
Damn.
that to a few people. My brother was a victim of his, and a few people that I know. You know, it's just a guy that used to work for KBOY, the NBC network, Channel 11 locally from Fargo, got fired or let go, and ran his own business like this. And but then you know, he has people that sponsor him and pay him money and everything, advertisers that believe in his bullshit. And yet I can't get a fucking advertisement.
Know how much business we lost because of the way he reported that story? Like for real. Like he made it
Yeah.
sound like there was a big fight here and somebody got stabbed and we were serving minors and man, just
Let me tell you something. People do that stuff are jealous. I don't care what anybody says. They're jealous. I go through the same shit with my bar, and you know what I'm saying? They're just
Yeah.
jealous. It's jealousy. I'm telling you it is.
yep, I agree.
I know.
agree.
I had people say they fell outside my bar and wanted to sue us, and I could prove that they didn't. And they still, my insurance company still paid them. I'm like, why? You know what I mean? He did not fall outside of our bar. We wouldn't let him in to have a drink, and he went up the street and fell up the street. And our bartender saw him. She picks him up, takes him over to another bar, and drops him off in front of their bar, and takes off. It was snowing, and he never fell outside my bar. I had proof and everything. And I found out my partner said, yeah, they paid him $4,000. I'm thinking to myself, and the best part, the guy who did it was a guy that burnt my dad's garage down. And I can't prove it 100% or else he wouldn't be around. But I really can't say nothing, you know what I'm saying? So I got to look at this guy thinking, you ruined my dad's life, you know what I mean? Burned his antique down. And so, but I got a couple of things I want to talk about real fast, okay?
Yeah.
One of our great listeners, you know, Danny O'Keefe,
Sure.
his son was in a bad car accident the other day, and real bad. And he's fighting for his life right now. He asked me to pray. His buddy, his best friend who was in the car got ejected, died, and the kid don't even know yet or nothing. And if he makes it through, he'll never know that kid died until he, you know, comes to. And so Dan's like a wreck, you know what I mean? So
Okay.
yeah, I just want to tell everybody, pray for him, man. He needs it. And the other thing is, I picked my Volkswagen up from the guy who he redid the whole Volkswagen, the one blue one with the red. And I got to plug this guy. He did a fantastic job. His name's oh my God, Jamie Conrad. He works on Volkswagens. He works on anything but Volkswagens he works on. If you guys ever need, if anybody around in the Ohio area needs a Volkswagen fixed, just look him up on Facebook. Jamie Conrad did a fantastic job. I'm so happy.
Oh, cool.
My car's so low now. When I say it rubs ground when I go over little bumps, it hits. I love that.
Wow, just love that. Like, look, we're bouncing up and down, kids.
I don't know if you've seen it. He's been tagging me while he's working on my car. He had to take the whole motor out, change everything. But I'm so happy with this bug. It's unbelievable. So I got nice bugs now, you know.
Yeah.
No bed bugs or anything, but you know.
Well, these bugs don't bite until they bite you right in the butt.
You know, I could have got Annie. I mean, how'd you get Annie? Did you call her?
Oh, wow. I got a hold of her. I actually found her on Facebook, and then as soon as you and Dave were talking about her, I thought, well, let's see if I can find this person because I didn't know much about.
All
her.
you do is ask me. I know her very well. We used to
I know, but I wanted just to kind of surprise you.
What?
That's all.
Huh?
You what?
And-
I used to loaf with her down in Florida. We used to.
I thought you said you used to live together, and I was like,
No, Roseanne Barr.
that
You
was
know?
before
Do you
your
know?
time, right?
Did you know that Roseanne Barr?
Yeah.
I think that's how either Sam Kinison was supposed to play her husband on that show or something, or it was All in the Family. I forget what, or not All in the Family. What's the other one with
Better Children?
Yeah, I can't remember if it was that
He
show.
was a guest on that. Oh my God, that was my favorite show.
Yeah. Well, he was supposed to be, you know, the guy who played it. But
Salesman.
I don't think he got I think it was Rosie O'Donnell, Rosie and Barr, because I don't think he got along with her. So that's why he
Oh.
turned it down or something. I don't know the whole story, but I'm sure we can find out when we interview Bill
Sure.
Kinnison.
I
Yeah,
remember
well,
that episode
when,
that Sam was on.
when does he want to come
Great.
back on again? Because we're probably going to be doing our season 2 finale here. I'm guessing would be either the 20th or the 27th, and the 27th is Memorial Day. So if you guys are already booked for Memorial Day, we could do it the 20th. So I'm trying to decide what day would be perfect for that. I mean,
I have to look on my schedule.
Because for me, it doesn't matter. I mean, any day works. I mean, I might decide to work Memorial Day weekend or that day if we're not doing the show. Because then we're taking the whole month of June off, and then we got to decide when we want to come back.
We are taking June off?
Well, I might do a couple shows from Grand Forks and do my interviews like I do, because I do have some stuff planned for June, but nothing that's really where we need the whole crew. I figure
Right.
everybody deserves some time off. I know Mikey just started here, but I mean, it's just he'll be here for season 3 for sure.
Oh yeah.
They're going to start July 1st or July 8th, either 4th of July or after. I'll leave that up to you guys because I don't care either way.
See, Mike, this is the fun part of the show, I think, when we get to talk about a little bit about each other and stuff.
Yeah, I do too. I like it. It's more
See,
intimate.
you can't
Yeah.
argue with Sean about stuff. I mean, like, I understand what you said about too many people on the panel, and Sean finally admitted today that we might have too many guests on at one time, and I think we should do one guest a week, keep the show within an hour and a half. I
Yeah.
mean, that's how I feel. I mean, I've had I don't know if you know, but I used to have an internet TV show,
Okay.
and it was like mostly all porn stars and strippers, and we used to do crazy
Really?
shit. And I've been this new computer, I can actually put my disc in and watch my shows, and I'm like, this is fucking great. I mean, I love this new computer. But anyway, I used to have an internet radio show, which if we did our radio show on Facebook, they'd throw us right the hell off. You know what I mean? But when Sean asked me to do this, it was hard. It still is sometimes hard for me because I like to go off. I like to push the limit where
Right.
we don't want to push the limit. So that's why I stay quiet a lot of time, because you hear me. I mean, I go off the rail and talk about masturbation and,
Oh yeah.
I just can't help myself. That's just the way I am.
No, I understand. I'm the same way.
So I get crazy, but I respect Sean, and I would never done this if I didn't think Sean was going to do something with this good. And it actually, a lot of people tell me they watch our show, but they may not watch it live, but they do watch the show and they share it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
Yeah,
even
that's cool.
even Bill Kinnison, when he does his mass, he don't get a lot of people watching at the time, but he got thousands of people to watch the videos and
Oh, sure.
Oh yeah.
watch them after.
Watch the replay or whatever. Yeah.
Right. But
What?
Sean interviewed me twice.
3 times.
No, 3 times, and that's how we got together. I mean, he overreacts with what he thinks about me. I think he overreacts a little bit, and because I'm not the guy he says I am. But I appreciate it though, Sean.
Well, what do
I
you want
listen
me
to you
do?
sometimes, huh?
80-year-old lesbian or what?
Yeah.
What do you look like?
300. Hey, I lost 100
Your grandma,
pounds,
get it
guys.
right.
I met my goal, 100 pounds.
Oh, good.
Hey, I have a question for everybody. So, what did anybody think about Andy Kaufman? Some people liked him, some people hated him. What is your thoughts on
I
him?
loved him. He was great. Honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
I wasn't like a giant fan, but I would watch him. But
I love Taxi. I have the whole box set on DVD.
I mean, I'm talking about his stand-up stuff. Did you guys get into his because he was off the wall? He was kind of outside the box.
that's the thing I loved about him. He was off the wall. You didn't know what he was going to do next, and I appreciate that, and I love that.
And I don't
Right.
know much of his stand-up. I just know like from Taxi, and that's about it. Other than his feud with Jerry Lawler, but
That was all fake, That was they said.
Oh,
yeah,
they
I
said it was
know.
fake.
But at the time when I first heard about it, I was just like, what? It's like
Yeah.
wrestling women. What?
A lot of that stuff was set up. Like when he was on those talk shows like David Letterman, it looked real, like it was really happening, but it's all set up. Like he get into a fight with one of the other wrestlers on their show, and
It's like how
it
they
was
do
just
it
crazy.
now, It's just all telling a story. It's like that's what we call it now. You're telling a
Yeah.
story. Everybody has
Right.
their story that they want to tell, and that's the same with wrestling. And now we finally found out that Cody Rhodes, finally won the championship at this past WrestleMania. So now we don't have to hear about finishing his story anymore. 3.5 years of Roman Reigns just being the champion, and I'm just like, no, it ended the way that it should have. Even if he had help, I don't care. Roman Reigns cheated how many times every time he was in the main event and defended the title. I can't understand why they wanted to keep the title on him so long in the first place.
Right.
Whatever, WWE for you sometimes, or Vince McMahon or whatever, I guess.
Right.
But coming soon here in about a few weeks, we are doing our wrestling event at that's the Ralph Eggleston Arena in Fibber, Destination Pro, and I don't even know why I'm even caring enough to even say anything about them because they obviously aren't interested in helping us and working together, and where we could have easily by now have had Kurt Angle on and we could have really helped promote their show because that's what I wanted to do. I wasn't trying to
Mm.
get a free ticket. I was trying to help promote, and I thought it'd be good for both of us. But anyway, and I thought it'd be good for both of us. Antique man, gotta mute the audio or whatever you hear because gotta mute it.
This Mary J. Blige himself.
Am
Yeah,
I
caught
early?
that. I caught
Oh,
that.
you're fine. You're fine there. Or antique man, I should say. I'm sorry. Antique
That's
man.
all right. Good evening, everybody, and hello, Matthew.
Hello. Aloha.
Aloha. Yeah.
Greetings.
Kumsi kumsa or whatever.
Come see, come saw.
Yeah. Ching chong. As I would do at the casino. Sometimes when I go to the casino as a guard, I pretend I'm a Chinese waiter, and I out of say, "Ching chong."
King Chong.
Yeah,
Oh,
that'll
so
do.
kind.
Anyway, so I freak people out sometimes. That's okay. They're the ones that drive all the way to come to this place. So this is what.
Who come up with the Renegade Radio? Was that you? Who came up with that title? That's a cool title.
Oh, that was me.
Yeah, that's cool.
All about the coolness, man.
Who did the face there behind who did the what do you call it?
Oh,
The
the
drawing.
character drawing. Oh, that's Sam.
Yeah.
Right? That's
Oh,
that's
okay.
my dedication to Screaming Sam.
Ah,
You
okay,
can
that's
thank
cool.
AI for that because AI matched it perfectly what I was trying to go for. So
Yeah.
nobody hand drew it or nothing. It was all computer generated. But I wrote
Okay.
create a Sam Kinison style, like noir style logo, kind of,
Right.
wearing a hat, nice little hat, whatever, like back in the day, and him screaming, and that's kind of it looks just like freaking John.
Yeah, yeah, it does. I knew who it was when
You know what?
sounds
Got a
like, oh,
viewer
that's
comment
him.
here.
I don't know why John Lutz is up there. Should be Screaming Sam.
Oh, you put your name on there.
I've got a viewer comment in question here.
Sure.
Ian Thorpe wants to know, what did you guys think of this year's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame class?
Oh,
Cool and
yeah.
the Gang finally got in. Peter Frampton. There's a lot of people. Ozzy Osbourne. Like, I think there's a lot of people on that list that should have been in a long time ago.
Yeah, there's some that I don't know why they still call it the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame when it's like any genre Hall of Fame now.
Pretty much.
I changed it.
Yeah, I see
Getting
that.
smart.
See, computers, you learn it. You can have your own computer office and everything. You can have your own business of Screaming Sam, Screaming Computers or something.
See, I thought about moving this camera down the bottom facing up, but it looks better facing down, right?
Yeah. Remember how that is? One chin, two chins. One chin, two chins.
Listen, I lost 100 pounds, guys. I met my goal.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
And we
Yay.
just want to look at you. We don't want to look at your balls again. So
Right.
I almost screwed up when I went to mute this thing because this thing catches everything. So I had to slide out to the side to get up. That's what I love about this show.
I almost forgot about that.
Yeah. Well,
That was
anyway,
that was too freaky.
Yeah, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I mean, I would love to go there if I, because John don't live, well, Screaming Sam don't live too far from there. If I went down there, I'd go see Sam too. We go together. We go to.
I'd kill you if you didn't.
Yeah. Oh, We go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame together. And we'd make a huge video. That'd be great, you know. I mean, I'm going to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with Sam Kinison. You know?
I think you should move to Ohio.
Oh Jesus!
I could get you into casinos out here too, you know.
I don't want to work in the casinos there for my life.
I'll put you in a whorehouse. I don't know. I mean, you could,
I don't want to be a security guard the rest of my life. I want to do this. This is what I want to do. I want to make money doing this.
well, you
And
come
I
up
think
here,
the
we could
guys
do
that-
it.
I think the Grand Forks, the guys at Grand Forks Best Stores are going to be available to help me with that. I talked to John Roberts a little bit about doing that. He said that would be a good idea. We'll see how things go. We'll see what happens as we progress and whatever. But we're trying to figure out, Eric, or I think, man, what do you know for sure when you're coming up?
Uh, no, I have a tentative date, but I don't remember it. Hold on.
Because
I'd rather be in underwear and be in those checkers short pants he's in.
Yeah. That's the end thing. Hello.
I'm just kidding.
At least he's covering himself up,
yeah.
not
Uh,
playing
Really.
peekaboo.
I'm just kidding.
I'll let you know. I'll let you know. It could be the 16th or the 17th.
Okay, because here's my idea for how we're gonna end season 2 before we take our break. 'Cause we're
Okay.
taking a whole month of June off, so then we'll come back in July. Because of how this kind of works out, because we're on episode 14 right now. Last season we did 16 episodes, but that's just because of the holidays and everything, because nobody was available during the holidays to do anything, and so that's why we only did 16. I think this year we'll at least get 18 episodes for this season, but we have episode 15 next week, which we don't have anybody booked yet. We got the 6th, that's 16. I'm thinking either the 13th, or if not the 13th, since you said you might be coming down later, could either be the 20th or the 27th. How long are you gonna be around for?
Well, it's pretty dicey. Those first dates you mentioned, I'll be in Mott, North Dakota. Then I'll be in Fargo for a few days, and then I'm moving on to Rochester. But I'll keep in touch with you. But
Well, because
You-
if you could be in Grand Forks on the 20th, for that'd be a good day for our season finale.
okay, that's possible. I'll talk to you in private.
Okay, because that's what I'm
Alright.
shooting for. Because I'm sure everybody's gonna be busy Memorial Day weekend.
And did
Oh,
we need
yeah.
a guest for it? Did you say?
Well, I don't know who we have booked. I don't have anybody booked after tonight.
Oh,
So-
okay, okay.
So it's up to whoever wants to book anybody, or we don't have to have a guest next week or the next couple weeks. We can just, do a normal, just us show too. But you realize that after tonight, once these 4 guests have come on the show, at least for the show anyways sake, we've had 10 guests on this month. Cause I
Okay.
did 6 interviews already, before the show and during the month of April. So this will be 10 now.
Well, since we kind of lean towards some tribute artists on this show sometimes. I was thinking maybe we could get Sean Wallen, the Elvis tribute
You were
artist.
telling me about that. I
on,
was
yeah.
gonna say, yeah, go find out.
He's
if
going to be here every month for the rest of the year. He's booked here at the bar every month for the rest of the year. So I'm
because
sure I can get him on.
are you for sure? Do you know if you're gonna be around next week yourself?
Yeah, I
Sure,
should
sure,
be.
sure.
I still don't
Because
have a
everyone-
car and I live here. So yeah,
Oh,
probably.
yes, but you said you might be busy. You said you might be busy. When you and I talked, remember?
Oh yeah.
Conversation, and you said you weren't sure. If you are gonna be around, then I'll come on then we'll do a show next week at your place.
Okay.
Next week, and regardless if we have Sean or whatever, we can just do a normal just us show. Get to know Mikey, get to know everybody some more, just because sometimes that's fun too. I mean, if we get a dry spell, Mikey, sometimes we'll just not have a guest and we'll just shoot the shit for an hour and a half.
Yeah,
So,
that sounds good.
I like that too. So it's just I've had a lot of people on, and everybody's been very helpful. Even your brother too, Mad Dog's kind of been trying to suggest some people for me. So we'll see what happens. But we only got a few episodes left, so I'm not too worried. But we want to have at least one or two last big guests at least before the show is over for the season anyway.
He said the band he was talking to with from Minnesota, they were like in their 20s, so they would never know you guys. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, and I
try
saw
pushing
how
some
many,
names.
I saw how many likes they have on Facebook too. And it's like there's not that many. Not that that matters.
Be right
'Cause I
back.
don't really care about that. It's just, I want to book somebody that's been around a while. That's could maybe help us get to the next level. It's not always about view counts or whatever. Because look, we're not always at the best view count either. But it's like people are starting to know about us a little bit now. So I want to keep that momentum going.
Yep. Mad Dog just said he's skinnier and funnier than me. And he's better looking too.
Oh, the guy that he's that's doing the show tonight.
No, Mad Dog. My brother, Anthony. Tony.
Oh,
He's watching a show from work, I guess. Get to work, you fat motherfucker.
Yeah, get to work. You miss or go on live. I'll send you the Zoom link or whatever, and you can just see how you're doing. If you're on a break. We're gonna be having our guests here pretty soon. I did send them the link here. The Eastbound and Down crew, Smokey and the Bandit. Who don't love Smokey and the Bandit?
Oh, we all love it.
films, series.
I didn't like the third one. The third one kind of sucked. The third and fourth, yeah, I wasn't feeling that. The first one and second one was okay. The second one, what do you think?
I liked them all. I mean,
You
I
liked them all?
did. Well, there was I did find out there was like technically 7 of them. There was like a bunch of made it for TV at ones as well. That came out in a box set a long time ago.
Really?
Universal, yeah. It was like
Oh, wow.
four made for TV movies. So
Well, the second one was about the elephant. I wasn't really digging that too much. I don't know. It just seemed kind of crazy shit.
well, I mean,
Yeah, I know. It
I
is
mean,
what
it is what it is. I mean, you gotta have your favorites, but we all like the first one. Oh, here he is. I think he's coming a little early, but it's okay. We won't say
He's on
we
early.
won't say no to this guy.
No way.
Yeah,
Break up for the bandit.
we gotta be on our toes now. What's going on there, Buford? How are you doing?
Oh my goodness.
I guess you gotta get your unmute your mic there first, sir.
Unmute him.
Gotta unmute the goddamn mic.
We gonna break up for the bandit. You got your ears on?
There we go.
Maybe not.
Still can't hear
Yeah.
you.
Another one
CB
looks just-
radio.
Another one looks just like Buford.
Yeah,
Does he?
It's Sean Bailey, but he's Buford. He's Jackie Gleason. But we can't
Is
hear
he
him
in
yet.
costume?
His
What's
audio
going on?
must not be working yet.
Break up, break
still not
up.
working there, Mr. Buford. There.
Yeah, it's
Still
not a
can't hear you at
CB
all.
radio. That's why he's
Is
having a problem.
that what it is?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Breaker.
My hat fell
There.
off, Daddy. I wish your head was in it.
We quote by quote, huh? Yes.
Yeah, I do.
We could be on their team, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Oh boy, here we go.
We're all
Can
getting
you figure?
already.
Is he on yet? What's going on?
Oh, he's just,
Can't hear him.
we just can't hear his audio at all. I don't know what's going on.
Yes, hit the
He's-
button, tell him.
Do you
Oh,
see
yeah, but
him?
the button's already. He's already
I
hit the
can see.
button.
Do you see him? I mean,
I
is he
do.
having?
Yeah, I do see him.
You don't see him, you don't see him,
I-
Michael?
No, I don't see him.
Okay, go on you on a phone or you on a computer?
Phone.
Swipe to the right, left. You'll
Right.
see all of us.
Oh, yeah, I see.
See that? You learned something today? You love it?
Oh my
Yeah.
God! I
I
just
never
learned
knew that.
something. Me either.
You're kidding me.
Oh,
No, I
no,
didn't
we
know
just-
that.
Hey, Sean, what kind of freaking boss are you? You don't tell anybody what to do.
thought they knew how to do everything. I thought they knew what they were doing.
Buford justice. As Buford.
Yeah, but we can't hear his audio. He's having audio trouble. He might have to.
What
Uh,
happens if I shake it up and down real fast?
He looks
Yeah.
like he's cussing up a storm. What's going on with
Hey.
this thing?
I don't know. Maybe I can talk for him and he can move his lips. How about that?
Oh, he's
I'm
gonna
just-
pop out and pop back in, maybe. Maybe the
Yeah.
Yeah,
instructions will pop
yeah,
up again.
that'd probably be better. Just to try it again, because he's probably just have some audio issues.
I'm having
That's
some
exciting,
issues.
huh? I'm sure he can
Oh,
hear
geez.
what you guys are saying too.
I'm gonna punch your mama in the face.
Daddy, I gotta go pee pee. It's like,
Oh,
here, you can
an
hold
alligator,
it.
Daddy. That looks just like your mama.
What the fuck? God.
Look, an alligator, Daddy.
I love how he's
You
all.
sound like the son, dude.
Oh, that's too funny. That's too
I'm
funny.
from the South, so anything
yeah, I
goes in
suppose,
the
yeah.
Oh,
South.
hell yeah.
Everybody talks that way, right? And stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah, everybody in the South talks that way. And it's how some bitch. That's all the thing. You know what I
Some bitch,
mean?
yeah.
That's what
Oh,
they say.
wish all you some bitches a Merry Christmas. Sir.
Oh, looks like Bandit's coming in.
Oh,
Oh, there we go.
Hey,
Oh,
Look
what's
at that.
going on?
Look who that is.
I've
Hey.
seen his videos.
That's
Yeah.
right. Man,
Welcome to the show.
I knew I was going to be the best looking guy here.
Oh, you got
Second best, sorry.
again, third best. Yeah, yeah, maybe.
Oh, you had to know what you were in for when you invited me.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh no, you definitely look just like Burt Reynolds from back in the day. I tell you.
It's not a bad gig to wake up every morning looking like Burt Reynolds.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's true.
oh.
Hey, Junior. Hi, Junior.
Oh, that moose twit, he's in there.
Is Junior here too?
Yeah.
Junior's
I
gone.
told
you.
Junior just disappeared.
We're getting the
Right, he probably
three
needs
main
some help
characters.
though.
He's holding his daddy's hat right
He's
now.
connecting to the audio. He's coming in. There he is.
He's holding his daddy's hat. It's okay. He's trying to
There
chase
he
the
is.
man.
How the hell did you get three people that look like the actors that work together?
Well,
Oh, no.
just ask. That's all. Oh, what? There's no magic to it. It's just you just ask. You shall
Yeah, but
receive.
still,
I mean, everybody's got a doppelganger, so
Yeah.
it is
So
what it is. You just gotta find.
Who auditioned who? Like, who auditioned for this? Like, did you guys just? How'd that happen? Like,
I
how did
actually
this
did
happen?
I actually started the whole thing probably back in 2006. Now Sean was actually doing shows on his own. He was doing what do you call those stuff you see where you're doing shows where he's already tributing artists. He was doing the Blues Brothers.
Okay.
And I actually was just a big Burt fan and a Trans Am fan. And I had to, build a Trans Am because my wife was like, I swear to God, that's the car you need. She actually instituted this whole thing going for me because we're watching the movie and she said, that's the car you need when I wanted to build a muscle car. And I said, why do I need that car? She said, because you flirted with me and you acted just like Burt Reynolds in that movie. She said, and she literally told the story and I didn't even remember it. I'd already been married a little while with her and we had a kid and stuff. And she said, you don't remember pulling in my driveway and going, hey, you need to come out here and look at me because I'm looking hot. You need to go on a date with me. And she walks in there literally when I'm looking for cars to buy, to build a car, because I want to spend more time with my dad. Now I'd been married for a while and had a kid. So, a guy kind of needs to find something else to do. You know what I mean? You don't want to just sit at home with the wife and the kid all the time. Nothing against what moms do with the kids and stuff like that, but it just, as a man, it just seems like you want to find other things to do. And so, and she understood it completely. She's like, if you want to spend time with your dad, why don't you go to car shows and do things like your dad does? And I said, well, I want to build a car because my dad has one. And then we went into the whole discussion, what kind of car. And I'm looking for a Chevelle or Camaro. And the movie's on TV, and I'm not even paying attention because I'm looking online for a car. And she walks in there, and she goes, Sally Field looks at Bert and goes, you got a great profile. He goes, yeah, I do, honey, especially from the side. And she goes, that's your car right there, because that's you. She said, that was you hitting on me back in the day. And it just went from there. And I built a car, but it took 20 cars. I had 18 cars in a chicken house by the time I actually found a Bandit car, because everybody's like, we have a Trans Am. But you went to everybody's trailer park and you went to everybody's field and you went to everybody's thing back in the 90s. And it would be just a rusty old Trans Am sitting in the field, right? And
Right.
and I'd say, oh, well, somebody told me you had a Trans Am. I just came by to look at it. And they're like, you want it, take it with you. I want it out of here. I mean, that's how it was. I literally got at least 10 cars gave to me back then in the 90s. And so literally went to year one in 2006 and took my Bandit car that I had restored from all those parts and pieces and stuff I'd found. And they came to me and asked me if I wanted to sell a bunch of cars to them for a 30th anniversary. Sold 10 cars to them immediately to restore into the Bandit muscle cars that they built back in 2006 and 2007. And Bert got involved. So when Bert got involved, they had me come down with Bert and I'd bring parts and I'd do things. And then they started filming and I started filming with Bert. And the producer, Bud Brunsman, the guy that does overhauling, he says, Tim, I swear to God, you look like Bert's son. and so it kind of joked and cut up and I just let it go and went on. We went to the, a couple more scenes, a couple more things, and he said it again. I let it go again. And then we're out in the field and they said, Tim, can you take Bert out in the field with your car? We're going to do some shots out in the field. We walk out there to the field. I drive Bert out there. I get out of the car. I get Bert and we walk around. And Bud goes, Bert, I've been giving Tim hell all day long. He looks like your son. And Bert looks at me and goes, really? Where were you from? And I said, Florida. He goes, he said, you could be my son because Bert was from Florida. So it took off there.
So you mean Burt Reynolds? So you were with Burt Reynolds at that time?
Yeah, in 2006 we did a show called DIY Burt Builds a Bandit.
So what kind of person was he? Because I've heard different things about Burt Reynolds, that he was okay and then sometimes he wasn't okay. I mean, was he a pretty cool guy or?
Well, I met him later on, so of course he had humbled himself. We all get humble. Even my wife tells me you're a lot different person than you were when you were in your 20s and 30s. I think when you're young and you're full of bravado and ego and you're trying to prove yourself to the world, you're a different person than when you finally get a little older and you're established and kind of, start realizing, hey, time's, getting shorter. The hourglass is kind of flipping over,
Yeah.
So I met him at a different time in his life where he was already kind of getting humbled and was doing, glad to have work and glad to be able to do things, and glad to be able to still be the Bert that people appreciated. So I think it was a good time to meet him. A lot of people said when they met him back in the late 70s, early 80s, he wasn't that great a guy, but he was a very busy guy, and he had a lot going on, and I'm sure a lot of people were weighing on him, and he had a lot of bills to pay. I know that, and stuff like that. So he had a lot of commitments, just like any other family man, I guess, times whatever you want to call it, 20, because if you're, take Taylor Swift, for instance, look at what she provides income wise across the board. She's paying for so many families to live, and that's all that weight's actually on her. So it's a little, I commend people like that who carry a lot of behind the scene weight that I tell my daughter this because she wants to be a celebrity. I'm like, honey, it takes a team. It takes a whole organization to get behind you for you to look like the person that's on TV,
Yeah. They were originally, Jerry Reed was supposed to be the Bandit. That would have been a totally different movie, before Burt signed on. That's what they were going to do, I think, right?
Exactly. And what happened was they couldn't get the money. Jerry wasn't established enough. And luckily for Hal Needham, Burt was living, or Hal was living with Burt at the time, because he got kicked out of his house for, Hollywood reasons. I'll just put it that way. He got kicked out of his house and he had nowhere to stay. So, hey, Junior. And so, Junior's, oh, yeah. So he got kicked out of his house, so he's living with Burt. And Hal just gives Burt the script to let him, see it and read over it, because Burt's an established actor at this time, and Hal's still a stunt guy. And this is kind of one of Hal's first gigs at being a director. And he says, "What do you think about this, this script here?" And Bert said, I tell you what, he said, there's no script here. He said, there's no dialogue, there's no really script. He said, but if you go to Universal Studios and they'll give you the money, I'll star in. And so he went and told him that, you know, hey, I can get Burt Reynolds to play the Bandit. And then Hal called, they said yes, and they signed on. And Hal immediately called Jerry Reed. And he says, hey, Jerry, you remember how you were going to be the Bandit? Well, now you're going.
Right. And then Jackie Gleason had a lot of improv. He did a lot of improv in that dialogue, I think. Right.
Hal would come up to Jackie and say, what would you like to say here? This is the scene. And then Jackie would say, well, I'll say something along the lines of this and this. And Hal, sounds great. Let's do it. Action. So, you know, 99% of the movie was unscripted, and then to end up with a script, they went back and kind of filled in the blanks. But there was a script, but it wasn't exact as to what everybody's seen as the final cut.
Right. How did you get involved with it? What did you how did you hear about it?
Well, you know, that Mr. Bandit, he was out there running up and down the roads, and there was nobody to stop him. So I kind of joined in and brought my young son, Junior, that moose twig.
Hush puppy, Daddy.
Shut up, Junior. I guess it goes back to Tim was doing the Bandit, right? And he was doing basically what we do now, is travel town to town, city to city, and needed a Trans Am that was local to the event. And I happened to have one and brought it in for him to use. I was doing some live theater elsewhere, and just kind of thought, you know, this would be kind of fun to do some Smokey and the Bandit stuff. So Tim and I, soon after, we teamed up, and we started doing shows together, going place to place and making people smile everywhere we went. So just keeping the roads hot, and then turn around and Jason Bobbitt, he joined Tim and I. And I mean, we've I know for the past couple years, we've had maybe 9 weekends off through the entire year. So we definitely keep the memory alive by going out with this weekend family that we have, and doing just that, keeping the memories alive.
Right. So you guys had, right. So what's some of the weirdest things that you went on to, or doing different things that you've done? What's some of the strange things that you guys encountered as Smokey and the Bandit and Junior?
Go ahead, Junior.
Signing and
Junior can tell you
autographing.
that.
It's the weirdest thing, at least for me anyway. I don't know. I could probably speak for the other two gentlemen here. Autographing the interior thigh of a lady and having her. Then she proceeded to go to the local tattoo parlor and get our signatures tattooed on her in her thigh. That was a new one for me.
I can only imagine that.
I like that.
Well,
Jason took a little longer to write his name out, but we won't go there.
try different fonts probably and everything. Oh, that will work. Try different.
Well, I
The
did.
longer
That
name
ain't
to spell.
working.
Well, we want.
I did steal his bride from him, so he had, you know, he never got a honeymoon. So
Well, we want to let everybody know that this is the crew from Eastbound and Down. We got Bandit, we got Smokey, and we got Junior here, and it's so exciting to have
Great
you
guys.
here.
Great guys.
My name is Frankie. I'm the guy that got a hold of you, Sean, anyway, or Buford, I should say, and set this up.
yeah,
with...
we can use our real names. I'm Tim Phillips. I play the Bandit.
Okay.
Sean Bailey.
Yep, Jason Bobbitt.
All right. No,
Yeah. That way you can find us on Facebook, but you know, and all the, you know, social medias everywhere.
Yeah, and that's how I was gonna say, that's how I discovered you guys in the first place. And thanks to Facebook Shorts again and the YouTube videos and all these little clips or whatever.
I used to see him on Facebook all the time.
Yeah, Well, I mean, I started doing it on the shorts
We've
and
got-
saw a lot about you guys, and it's just like we gotta get you on sometime. And so I got a hold of. Well, I didn't know who was in charge of the whole operation at the time, so I just
We
whoever
all are.
wanted-
It's amazing. I mean, they reach out to whoever they reach out to. You know,
Okay.
I actually got I got a call from SoCal, California today from the SoCal people. So, you know, it's just whoever they reach out to. Sean gets them from this person, and you know,
Yeah, we
Firebird
got
fast.
West Virginia show booked about what 2 hours ago.
Yeah,
So we'll be heading to West Virginia the end of June.
Wow.
Oh, so
Right.
you guys go all over. It doesn't matter. You don't just stay in your location.
no,
We do.
Like
Well-
I just told you, California to West Virginia to Michigan to Miami
Okay.
to the Keys. Sean and Jason were just in the Keys.
Jeez.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's we're all over the United States, and being asked to go overseas, it's just trying to get everything overseas is kind of a logistics problem.
It is, but it's hopefully it's getting closer. You know, Tim, he's out of just north of Atlanta, Georgia, and Jason, he's just west of St. Louis, and then I'm in the Branson, Missouri area. And you know, that's the thing right there is when we're out doing shows, we're leaving from basically the Midwest, and Tim's leaving from there in Georgia, and we've got shows coast to coast. So it's normally a day of travel, and then a day of show, and then another day of travel to get back home for all of us.
Okay. Okay.
That's
And-
awesome.
And I suppose, you know, you entertain for, you know, thousands of people. I suppose you get good big crowds. You get some small crowds once in a while. I suppose you've done like fairs and carnivals and big events and stuff all, you know, throughout this whole time of doing the tribute.
Oh yeah.
I know a lot of people love it because everybody remembers Smoking the Bandit. That's one of the most highly successful, you know, trilogies or whatever. If you
Well,
call
not
it.
the problem is not everybody remembers it, so we're trying to keep it alive. The young people sometimes are not remembering it. So
Sure.
this is why we're doing what we're doing, because the parents remember it, and then the kids come up and they're like, what is going on here? Why is all these people so popular? Like, I've got to go home and show you this movie. And so you know, I look at it like me and Sean and Jason are keeping these legends alive and these movies alive in a different time alive in life, where you know, there's a little more freedom involved and a little less sensitivity involved. So I feel like we're keeping a whole era involved.
Yeah, I relate to you guys because I did a tribute to Sam Kinison back in the day.
I can see that.
Well, here, this was me.
Do it a little bit now.
That was me.
I know I can see it right off the back. Do a little bit. There it is. I loved him on Married with Children when he did the Married with Children skit. Oh my God. I was
I was just talking about that. I actually have a viewer comment here. Ian Thorpe says, neat cast. Do the three of you like to drink Coors?
We drink anything that's
I
cold.
was going to say, don't ask the band if he drinks. Have you seen part 2? That's pretty much me on Saturday evening after the show.
So do you guys do more of the first two? I suppose it would be the first two movies instead of the third one, because Jerry Reed was the third one as a bandit or whatnot, or yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
mainly the first movie. We did last year. We did work with Cora the elephant. She lives at the Topeka Zoo, and we actually went up and done an event there at the zoo for her, with her. So the biggest star of the second movie, we got to hang out with and do some photos. And the unique situation that we encountered there, a few months prior to the event, we go in to meet the people of the zoo, the administrators and the zookeeper, and we got to meet Cora. We're dressed as regular, you know, everyday people, and she was like, yeah, okay, whatever. We went and changed into character and come back, and it was a totally different personality with the elephant. So it was like she remembered the image, you know, that look. So it was that was exciting. I mean, it's not everybody's favorite movie, but it is one that you go, well, you know, even with the elephant, it's kind of cool, you know.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what it seems like, and you guys just play off the tribute pretty well. It seems like, you know, just so
Yeah,
much
I can always
originality.
turn them on. I can't turn them off.
Like a light switch there, Mr. Bandit.
So, what are some of your favorite scenes from the first film? Then, you know, going back to those great days of films. For anybody that wants to answer, it doesn't matter.
Well, I can start off with just saying, hey, that's, you know, I told y'all the first scene that started off with me. So literally, Bo Durbin, he's a Smoking the Bandit purist, and he knows everything just about Smoking the Bandit. He's going to be joining us this weekend for the Trans Am takeover in Branson, Missouri. He makes the clickers and stuff from the movie. And so he came by and he gave me an original style clicker from the movie. And he said, what scene means the most to you? And I said, the scene where I was sitting on the couch when the wife said, that's you. You need that car. And that's where she's looking at him and says, you got a great profile, especially from the side. So he wrote the scene down on the clicker for it and gave it to me. So I've got it hung on the wall. And the wife thought that was really special because she feels just as much a part of it. Believe me, she reminds me all the time, you wouldn't be doing this one for me. So, you know, that scene actually started the whole thing for me.
For me, the scene that really does it for me is the Diablo sandwich and Dr. Pepper scene at the old Hickory house. We got to go there 2-3 different times and do the reenactment scene there. And in the movie, they took 17 takes to do that scene. We did it in one take, start to finish. That is eating the Diablo sandwich all the way to where's the can? I got to take a squirt, and then. I mean, it was just when you're fans and you have a live audience, you've got one attempt to make it all go.
Sure.
And then we're gonna come up with that.
No doubt people remember that one. What about you, Junior?
It'd be a toss up between the Diablo sandwich scene and the opening scene when Buford and Junior pull up on the car wash on the gentleman stripping the car.
What you
just-
got? I'm sorry.
We redid that scene up in Illinois, and they got out, and these guys nailed it. I watched it from afar. I'd already done my part, so I'd already pulled around. And you know, where I pick up Sally, the bride, and then I take off. And then they got out, and you know, Buford does the whole clicker thing with the lighter and stuff, and Junior's doing the whole, has to take a couple steps forward, take a couple steps back, and then grabs Daddy's hat and everything. So yeah, they did an amazing job. A lot of fun up there.
Did you guys see
Getting to
Gator?
do the reenactment of any of the scenes is, and again, having that live audience, and we're not talking like 50 to 100 people. When we did the hold up on that car wash gentleman scene, we had probably 1,000 people lined up on both sides of the street, just watching the scene. And then we end the scene, but we're still doing our reenactment. So we drive around the building, and then we're in hot pursuit of the bandit, and we come back around and we make a few passes back and forth up and down Main Street. And you know, it was just like you're watching the movie in person. You know, you're watching the live reenactment, but you get to be a part of the movie is what it's like. So
Like being an extra.
yeah, that's exactly.
What do you think of Gator? That came out in 1976, I think. So do you think that the character is close when he did Gator and he did Smokey and the Bandit? Do you think the characters are similar in a lot of ways? You saw
Can you,
Gator, right?
can you see that? That's the
Gator,
belt
yeah.
buckle. That's the
There it
belt
is.
buckle. That's the belt buckle from Gator.
Is it?
Yes.
How'd you get that?
I said I worked with Bert for years, and I got this off of Nancy and the family back in the day, and made sure it's one of my favorite collectibles right here, and
Wow.
it's signed by Hal Needham and Bert on the back.
How did the stunt coordination on that, right?
Exactly. Yes. And then, you know, that's the thread that put Smokey and the Bandit together was Gator,
Right,
because they were filming Gator
right.
when the housekeepers kept stealing their course beer.
Yeah, that's right. I remember
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So, do you think the two characters are the same? You know, with Burt Reynolds doing Gator and then Smokey the Bandit, they seem almost similar, even though it's he's trying to outdo the police on the boats and the Okefenokee. Actually, you know what? You know what? He did Jerry Reed did an awesome job, I thought, on that. Playing the bad guy, he played the heavy. He did
He was a
really
great
good.
heel.
Yeah,
He was a great heel. Yeah.
yeah.
And I
He
think
was
that
a good
was,
actor.
but Bert, you know, Bert was doing the westerns back in before that.
Right.
And
Yeah.
then it was just like the westerns quit, and all of a sudden the car chases started coming on, and the car
Right.
jumps and everything else. Remember when everybody was jumping off horses and doing westerns, and then all that kind of stopped, and then the cars came along. I
Duke's
feel
Right.
like Hal Needham and his stunt knowledge incorporated that into the movies. I think, you know, Fast and Furious owes a tip of the hat in all the movies that came after this to Hal Needham and White Lightning and Gator and all the stuff that included cars back then, because that was his specialty, you know.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Who built the bridge that they jumped over? You remember that bridge that they jumped? Who built that?
Which one? In Gator or Hooper?
And it wasn't Hoop. Yeah, Hooper.
And
I was
Smokey and the
talking about
Bandit.
yeah,
They
Smokey and the
jumped the
Bandit.
Trans Am
Yeah.
over the bridge.
Yeah.
The highway department.
Yeah, that was a real bridge.
It's a real bridge.
That was a
Yeah.
real bridge, but it
That was a
had been
real
demolished,
bridge
right?
that had fallen down. Yeah. Hal Needham did not have a budget for Smokey and the Bandit. He was given $5 million, and Burt got $1 million, and then they slashed it halfway through filming and took $1 million away. So
Who
we
jumped
only
that
had $4
bridge?
million.
Did Hal jump that bridge?
No, Andy Gibbs, yeah,
Alan Gibbs.
Alan Gibbs. Thanks, sir. He jumped that bridge. He was a
Oh,
stunt
okay.
guy who jumped the bridge, and they put a rocket motor in that car. That's how
Wow.
it did it. That's why it jumps so much further than they're supposed to. If you watch the movie, he clears the bridge by 30 yards.
Is that only in one take, or they have to do several?
One take.
One take.
It was done. It was wiped out. The car was done.
The car
scene's
was done.
How many?
Yeah.
How many? Yeah, they run a lot of cameras on that. They had at least 4 or 5 cameras, I think, on that scene, right?
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I think
together.
Mikey is trying to be a film investigator when it comes to all these questions that he's asking.
Yeah,
He's
sorry, I
doing-
got
Came
one.
up
he was
with
doing
Bo
a-
Durbin.
I wasn't
was
there
doing
during
the
the
rest of-
filming. I was 5 years old, but I hear they had a lot of cameras on it.
Yeah, yeah,
Mike was
that's
doing
cool.
Mikey was doing impressions of Buford a little bit earlier on when
Oh, yeah, I was.
in trouble earlier. I don't
No
know, but
way.
I didn't know if you heard all that or not, but
No way.
I was trying to move my mouth so that way he could fill in the line.
That's right.
Ah,
Uh,
good
Oh,
stuff.
my daddy.
Good stuff.
That's funny.
It is funny.
Jackie,
Yeah. So when it comes to just like the goal, like the ultimate goal for all you guys, I mean, what are you trying to like other than just trying to show everybody, of all ages what the films were like or what or what the movie was like? What is your goal as far as like at the end point? We'll just say like after say you've done this for a while, like Like, what do you want people to really remember from these tributes?
Just that we're putting our heart into it. It's not that we're just some actors going out trying to play a part and you know, whatever there, we actually put our hearts into it. For me, a admiration, you know, the of Gleason and all of the characters that he helped build, if you will, and put his heart into. And for me, it's the same thing, going out and just giving back. Go out and put this uniform on and use the name that was associated with the great one, the Buford T. Justice character. For me, it's just, I want to play that part as close as possible to give true respect back to the actor who helped create. And these guys, I mean, they do the same thing. Or you know, if we didn't, we wouldn't be able to go out every weekend and travel across the country just to do what we do.
I can appreciate that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
it's definitely a big thing for me, actually getting to meet Burt and meeting your hero, because a lot of people tell you you shouldn't meet your heroes because they're going to disappoint you. And I'm sure that's a lot of cases, depending on what stage, like we talked about earlier in life, you meet them. But when I met Burt, he was just as humble and as gracious to me as he was to anybody. And you know, I told him I sold the cars on the show. We did the show together. And then I didn't see him again from 2006 till 2013. And his managers called me back and said, you know, hey, Bert's doing some car shows and doing some Comic Cons and stuff. And, you know, he's having a little bit of problem because he takes a lot of time to get ready. And it'd be kind of cool if you came as young Bert and hung out with the crowd, took pictures, and just kind of, you know, gave them the you know, the image of this is, you know, the young Bert situation. And, you know, we didn't know how Bert was going to take it. And he kind of was standoffish at first, but then we got to be buddies and we joked about things and we got to cut up. And, you know, he would joke with me about, man, I wish I was your age again. And I said, man, I give 30 minutes for your memories, Bert. So, you know, we had a lot of fun together. And when it all ended in 2018, and I was with him week when he died, I was with him week before he died up in Bubba Fest. I told his niece, who is over his estate now, Nancy, and I said, well, the legend's gone, and I'm gonna hang up the hat and red shirt. And she said, no, you really need to keep it going, Tim. She said it would really, you know, mean a lot to me and all the fans out there if you kept Bert's memory alive. And people love you and they love what you're doing, so, you know, keep it going. So I said, well, if I got your blessing, that's all I need. So I'm just going to keep it rolling as long as I can keep it rolling, and hope that somebody steps in after me and keeps it rolling even further.
Yeah.
I really want to hear Junior just a couple of times and just tell his daddy he's sorry.
No.
Daddy, my hat blew off.
I hope your head was in it.
You know, I look at you guys like myself. I don't like the word impersonator. We are true tribute artists, and that's what we are. We do a tribute, and we're artists. So that's what I consider us. When people say impersonators, I don't like that at all. So I look at you guys as great tribute artists. And man, you guys,
I appreciate it.
You guys know
Very
it.
much.
Thank you. Kind of like Tim said, I mean, to have the estates and have family members of the deceased backing you and being in support of you it's amazing to know that you're doing something right.
The Kinnison family supported me all through the tribute I did. But I had to retire, guys, because I couldn't scream anymore and stuff. You know, just you do a night you do a night on stage screaming all night.
Oh yeah.
You can't even talk the next day. I mean, Sam did it from the heart. He did it from the gut. I couldn't. I mean, I don't have what he has. I'll never be Sam, just like you guys. But we can, like you said, we put the memory out there. Right. People love us because of the memories, you know. And That's what it is. We're great.
That's
tribute.
why I never say I'm Burt Reynolds. I never sign Burt Reynolds. I'm never going to be Burt Reynolds. You know,
Right.
I will
right.
be the Baron character as long as you want me to be.
Right.
You know, or as long as I can pull it off.
Well, I was
But,
with. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But that's where it ends. You know, I'm just
Well-
trying to keep a family friend of mine alive and a memory alive of the past that people are going to forget.
That's like when we went to Sturgis together, Bill Kinnison and I did the big stage there. I did a song Wild Thing with the band. And we were leaving. People were like, "Oh my God, I'm a big fan of yours. Can I have your autograph?" And I just signed Screaming Sam. And I try explaining
Yeah.
to them who I am. And Bill Kinnison goes, "Dude, how big a fan can they be if they don't know the guy's dead?" So he just go with it, bro. So I start signing, Screaming Sam. And then I'd be like, "It's my brother Bill right here."
Oh,
Meanwhile, they probably went home and said, "That lying son of a bitch. Sam Kinnison died in 1992.
I've got people. I'll do a show and I'll still be in character, and I have to pull in and get some gas with the Trans Am. And I got people that will lose their minds thinking I'm Burt, and I'm like, it's been 45 years, guys. You really think he still drives the same car,
Yeah.
wears the same outfit? But they will lose their mind and go, "Oh my God, I can't believe it's you! I can't believe I ran into you! Holy cow, my family's gonna lose their minds!" And
Some
I'm
people
like, "Your
don't
family's
know.
going." I said, "Your family." I said, "I'm gonna take these pictures of you, and your family's gonna call you an idiot when you get home." But either way, I'll take the pictures with them, and I'll let them have their moment, because at that moment in time, they just took a picture with the bandit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you wait until after the pictures to tell them, so that in the pictures they've got the
I
big.
mean,
Yeah.
like he said though, you don't really want to tell them because they're so starstruck and just so into the moment at the time. I'm just
People
like,
don't understand.
yeah, I'm just like,
Even when you tell them, they end up, "Oh, you're just saying that because you don't want a picture," you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Now Sean probably gets it the worst. He is the closest to Jackie that you're ever going to get. And
Yeah,
so you
Yeah,
know,
I think he's
me and
fantastic.
Jason keep a tally marker at every show on how many times they go, you're close, but you're freaking spot on. And Sean always wins. You know what I
I
mean?
want to hear Sean yell at his son.
"Junior, you moose twit, get in the car."
There you go. My case closed.
No way that you could come from my loins. The
Oh
first
my
thing I'm
God.
gonna do when I get home, punch your mama in the mouth.
Okay, let's hear Burt Reynolds with the laugh now. Come on, Burt.
There you go.
So I noticed that you both Sean and
You
Tim
gotta
have.
get Junior to say hush puppies. That's his thing.
Oh, there you go.
Hush puppies, Daddy.
We ain't got no time for that crap.
Good idea.
What the hell do you know?
But I noticed that everybody has some
Oh my
classic
God.
merchandise right behind you
Oh,
guys.
yeah.
Oh
Some
man,
merch.
I got rooms full of this stuff.
Oh, okay. Is it all? I'm sure it's quite valuable. I would say.
Yeah, this is actually the real jacket from Stroker Ace there.
Wow.
Kurt actually wore that one. And
That's
then
pretty
these
cool.
are all just jackets that I got from Cannonball Run. The same exact jacket, now not screen worn, but the same exact jacket, and then Smoking a Bandit and Hooper and stuff. But then you go around, I've showed you a couple other items, but I've got a lot of stuff. I've been very blessed. Like I said, working with Burt, I would go to his house. So the payment schedule worked out like this: we'll pay your expenses, but you get to hang out with Burt. But a lot of the cool stuff was get to sit with Burt on the couch and talk and shoot the junk. And one of the most surreal moments I've ever had in life is getting up early in the morning, going to Bert's house and helping him around the house. And we just, he just grab it, throw his arm around me. We walk around the house. He'd take his medicine. We watched a couple of Westerns. He had a VIP going on that morning. And I didn't have to dress up as Bert that day, at that morning. I just had to help out with the VIP. So I was going to be the valet who drove people's cars to the house. So he had 10 cars that paid $2,500 a piece to come to his house, and he was assigned the car. And So I would go down and get the car, bring it to his house for him, and he would walk out and sign it. And so we did that morning, and then we left and went to a car show where he was signing autographs. And then I dressed up as young Bert there, and we did that all day there in the sun. This is in Florida now. And then that night we went to the theater where they put on a play for us at Burt Reynolds' theater. You know, he still had the theater. So we did the play. And so I'm sitting there and I watched the play. Now you can imagine, I mean, I'm just nasty, sweaty and tired. Then I had to jump in Bert's Trans Am, which we owned at the time, and drive back to Bert's house to crash. And I stayed at his house that night. So it's like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. And I'm calling the wife. I haven't talked to her all day long because we've been so busy. And I felt bad. I hadn't called her. And I was like, man, she's going to be so mad. And so I call her from the Trans Am and I'm like, honey, I said, sorry, I hadn't called you all day. It has been a busy day. And I said, we did this. And I said, I'm just wore out and pooped. And I just want to get Bert's Trans Am back to his house and crash. And she stopped me right there and she said, Tim, do you understand the dream that you are living right now of every man in the freaking world?
Yeah, that's true.
And I went, you know what? What am I complaining about? What have I got to complain about, right? So
did he ever mention Sally Field, or do you have any stories about filming or Deliverance?
Yeah, he had a great story about Deliverance, he told me. He said he walked over to the director, and the director was getting the dummy ready and did a shot where the dummy went over the falls. And he put the dummy in the canoe and went over the falls. And he's watching the tapes and he's trying to edit it and already trying to figure it out. And he goes, and Bert said, what's that? And he said, well, this is you going over the falls, but you know, I'm trying to edit it to make it look more like you. And he goes, I can tell it's a dummy. And Bert said, I can do that. You know, Bert was a stunt guy back then. You know, he did all of his, a lot of his stunts in the Westerns and stuff like that.
Right.
And he said, Hal says, really? He goes, yeah. He says, I can do that. And so he says, okay. He says, let me do it. So he said, Bert says he got in the canoe and they had a rope tied to a tree and they were going to yell action and let go of the rope. And he was going to go over the falls. And so a person who knew about rivers and how it worked, he said, what's going to happen is you're going to go down, you're going to hit a typhoon, it's going to suck you down. He said, you've got to hold your breath and go all the way to swim all the way to the bottom, and it'll shoot you out like a rocket. And he said, but swim to the bottom and it'll shoot you out. And so he's like, okay, no problem. So he yells action. They take the rope off, and you see Bert go over falls, and he does just like me. It's funny because my wife makes fun of me holding my nose when I jump in the pool. She said, look at Bert hold his nose just like you, because you know he goes over the falls, he holds his nose. But so he falls down, but he told me, he said, Tim, I broke my tailbone. He said, I hit a rock right off the bat, break my tailbone. He said, I fall in the water. He said, typhoon sucks me down, rips the black jacket off of me. He says, so now I'm half nude and I'm sucked down with a broke tailbone. He said, I remembered to swim down to the bottom, shot me out of the top, just like they said. Two guys grabbed me, pulled me out of the freaking river, walked me up to the bank, get a towel, wrap towels around me and everything. He said, I'm walking over to the director and he's already looking at the shot. And I look at him and I go, so how did it look? He looked at me and goes, Bert, it looked like a dummy going over the falls.
What the heck?
That's hilarious.
That is
Funny.
hilarious.
So, I mean, you got to take that away, Bert. He was like, yeah, that was kind of dumb one.
Oh, boy.
But it was a true story. And he told me that when I first met him in 2006. And then I heard it at least 18 more times when I worked with him.
I bet.
when we would do Q&As. One of the funniest Q&A stories I heard, though, this was off the cuff because the guy kind of caught him off guard, is they were making fun of the Cosmopolitan spread.
Yeah.
And there were Bert's laying across the bearskin rug, but he has his hand over his privates, right?
Right.
So everybody's going, oh, you know, giving him a comment. He hated that. He hated signing it. He hated everything about that spread. But, you know, people would bring it to him to sign. So he's doing this Q&A, and they're talking about it, and this guy stands up, and he's obviously had a couple drinks. They do drink at some of these Q&As, and he says, "So, why'd you put your hand over your junk, Bert?" And he looks at the guy and he goes, "It was my arm, my whole arm."
Wow.
Wonder why he decided to do that and then later regretted it. Do you think it hurt his career, or do you think it just everybody made fun of it?
He regretted it because he felt like it hurt a lot of other people's careers. When it came to Deliverance, Deliverance came right when that was being done, and when it came out and the Deliverance came out, and he felt like it cost a lot of people an Oscar or a nomination for an award because it was such a great movie. But he felt like because it trivialized him, it made it looked like he was some kind of clown to do something like that back then. But if in my mind, other people look at it another way. They say, it's actually launched him into a sex symbol because all of a sudden, think about it, the Cosmopolitan issue sold out the first freaking day and had to do reprints 3 times before it quit selling out. So he was an instant sex symbol then.
Right.
And when you can't really complain about that because you're definitely going to get work.
Right. Right.
Look at Hollywood nowadays. I mean, anybody that gets thrown into that status is, in every movie you see or every TV commercial or everything all of a sudden. So Sydney Sweeney, for instance, recent Sydney Sweeney, boom, bam, look at
that. Yeah. There you go.
So when you guys do your thing, do you have to pay royalties in any way to, because you don't own the name? Yeah.
Well, right now we're not doing it as Burt Reynolds and Jackie Gleason or Mike Henry. So we don't have to pay anything. We have the permission from the estates, from each estate to carry on the legacy. And honestly, we're not making enough to make them really want to come after us, really.
Okay, gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Right.
We all have full-time jobs.
Okay.
Yeah, we actually have real jobs we have to do. It's more of we do it for fun, and we do it for the memories, and we do it for fans. And if it was about the money, I think they would definitely, Warner Brothers would be coming after us, not just
or
Universal Studios.
Universal.
Yeah.
But nobody else is doing anything like this as far as like for the Smoking the Bandit.
Well, I mean, they see us. I mean, it's like the cops already see me. They know they can't catch me, so there's no reason. They've watched
Bandit.
They've watched. That's what everybody tells me. They go, "I see you all the time running from the law. Why you going to get caught one day?" And I'm like, they've already seen the movie. They know what's going to happen.
I'm sure Buford on his off time goes to local police departments and says, "I'm here. What do you need?"
They come to me.
You would be shocked. You'd be shocked at the police departments how ropes just part like we're definitely A-list celebrities. Like please just can we do this? Can we do that? Every town that we've went to, I was like, hey, can you shut down the town and chase me through the town? They're like, oh, we would love that. And you think, man, in this day and time, that's hard to believe with everybody needing a puppy in a safe place. But
well, I mean, people love nostalgia. That's just the thing about it. That's the one thing about what you guys are doing, and with anybody that's doing a tribute, people love nostalgia. That's one thing that's never going to go away. I don't care how old you are. That's what people love, and people will support it.
We're trying to teach people to teach their kids this, so keep it going.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, so 20 years from now, or 30 years from now, whatever cool currently will probably be, a relic, in that period of time. And then, then we'll see what they talk about, with all the things that are going on in today's time. But I'm all about nostalgia myself. I'm an '80s kid. I grew up loving Back to the Future, the Goonies, and I like Smokey
Right.
Bandit as well. And I
Exactly.
just love all the cool things that made films great and gave it that little bit of magic. Sometimes I
Yeah.
feel certain films nowadays lack that magic, and Smokey
Yeah.
Bandit definitely had that. So
What are
I have
kids
to
going?
apologize to you guys real quick. I had some fast food earlier. It's not sitting right, but I guess we
Uh-oh.
got a cameo from Mr. Little Bobby himself because I found a drink sitting here when I came back. So
okay. Of course, he loves it. He loves the alcohol. He's just
no,
Right.
he brought it for me.
All
Oh,
right.
right for you. Oh, okay. Like you
How
need more.
about that?
Well, talking about nostalgia, like I said, look what we're trying to keep alive. What are kids going to talk about 20 years from now? Remember when we used to watch TikTok all the time? It was awesome.
Yeah.
It's going to be so sad.
Remember back when we used to record every stupid thing we did
Right.
out there?
I'm
Oh,
like,
wait.
I have no idea what kids are going to think. Man, those were the days. I'm like, oh my God.
Do you guys
no
have a
idea.
TikTok account? Do you guys do TikTok at all?
Oh yeah.
We do. Yeah, we are on TikTok. We've had many viral videos originate off of TikTok, but banditandbuford.com on TikTok. We're on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Any of the others that we can throw in there, we're on it.
And a lot of those we were basically forced into because TikTok was something we kind of shied away with. We like, that's China, we're not messing with China and all that kind of stuff. But then we would do shows and they would record us and put it on TikTok and they were making money off of us.
Right.
So
Right.
I'm like, wow. I mean, Sean did a skit where I literally was riding around on a golf cart and this guy walks by in this huge monster truck. And I told Sean, I said, get out and tell that guy he can't drive this piece of crap on your highway. And he gets out, somebody records the whole skit and it went like viral in no time. 60 million views in no time. So this kid's making money off me and Sean. So we talked about it and we were like, man, I guess we need to do our own TikTok account or something.
Yeah.
Didn't you guys do a music video too?
Yes, we did. We did a music video for Jason Grove and I'd Love to Be Burt Reynolds.
That was fun to do.
That was a lot of fun. And he came and sang at my 50th birthday party, and we're hoping to see him soon in Nashville.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it is.
He lives in Nashville.
What's his name again?
Jason Grove. He's a country singer, Nashville.
Okay.
GROVE.
What's your guys' next gig? What's coming up for you guys?
Branson, Missouri. It's Trans Am Takeover, the largest flock of birds to invade Branson, Missouri, and that's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday show. We've got Bandit Buford Jr. going to be there. We've got the Snowman Semi, a special appearance by the Snowman. We've got Kay Barnett from the Smokey and the Bandit movie. She's joining us from Georgia. And Legendary Concepts, they're bringing a Bandit truck, which is a truck that was the vision of Burt Reynolds. And they're also bringing a Bandit, what was that, a 2017, I believe, Bandit Trans Am that Burt has. It was one of the few that was built, off the Camaro frame. And then we're headed to Kentucky. I think we've got like 3 or 4 weeks that we're in Kentucky. We'll be down in Nashville, Oklahoma, and West Virginia. So we've got some shows just about everywhere.
Are you guys going to be in North Carolina, Raleigh, North Carolina anytime soon?
I think the closest out there is going to be the West Virginia end of June.
Okay, gotcha.
So that's still a little bit of a trip there, but that'll be as of right now, that's the closest to the Carolinas.
Have you ever been there? You've been to North Carolina before, right? With the,
Oh, yeah.
with,
Several times.
so where have you been to Charlotte yet?
I've been to Charlotte several times.
Have you? Yeah. Okay.
I flew into Charlotte and changed planes and continued on.
I actually got trained from my regular job in Charlotte and spent a couple of weeks up there. So, yeah, I'm a quality manager at Toyota. That's a manufacturing company here.
Okay.
So that's my regular 9 to 5, I guess you'd call it, or whatever. And then
Right.
I get to play a bird on the weekends and have fun with these guys, and we all make it work somehow. It takes all of us, and Junior included. He does a lot of behind the scenes work that, we couldn't do without him. And Sean too. They both, you gotta load the cars, pull the cars, drive cross states and stuff like that. So
I
they
think
Do
do
you
a
think
lot.
you?
Of,
Do you think you'll ever?
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
I
Do you
was
think
just
you'll
gonna
ever get a Jerry Reed character in there somewhere with you guys? Or that's really hard to do, though, right? Because he's not.
well,
We have one that's joining us this weekend.
Is he pretty good?
He is, and he's been a lifelong Jerry Reed fan. He met Jerry in Branson, Missouri. I'm thinking he said in the early 80s, and he's a guitar player, he's a singer, and he plays a mean Eastbound and Down. So he's going to come out for the car show on Saturday and join us.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
and
That's
I'm
cool.
always, I love Jerry to death, and think the world of. I'm always looking for a frog to join the Bandit. At every show I go to.
All I was gonna say was I was thinking this is definitely one of those circumstances where
Right.
don't think your day job does
I'm always
not
look-
apply.
Yeah, I'm always looking on the side of the road to see if anybody's in a wedding gown.
Picked up 2 brides just like her yesterday, huh?
Picked up 2 brides.
Is that
Picked
a
up
wedding dress?
Yep. Picked it.
Well, we appreciate you guys just coming on and being part of the show and everything. I mean, this has been really, really awesome. I really do appreciate it.
You guys are really
It's
awesome.
the best-
Thank you. We really appreciate you.
Really appreciate it. Thank you.
One of the best
And,
things about this gig is, like we're talking about Bert and the family signing off and stuff like that, is meeting characters that are still alive that's done the movie. So, like he said, with Kay Barnett joining us, she was the little girl who opened the door for Bandit when he got out of the truck at their house and said, "Hi, Uncle Bandit." And we met Ronnie Gay, and me and Sean did Ronnie Gay's funeral for him. He just passed away last year. He was the cop that flew on the top of the 18-wheeler and said, "Can you drop me off at the next exit?" So his family actually contacted us and wanted to know if we would actually drop him off at the next exit. We just thought that was the greatest thing, and we they wanted us to be in character and everything. It was definitely an honor, but a weird thing too, But I said, okay, we'll do this, and so we followed Ronnie in his hearse, to his the next exit, But the great stories with Ronnie and meeting these people, and Sean, Mike, we just met him last year.
Yeah.
I'll let Sean tell you about the guy that took the attention getter.
Yeah. We met Mark. He come to a show that we call Bandit Bash down in Georgia. And he was the one that received the attention getter from Jackie in the hold up on that car wash scene. He was the receiver of 17 kicks. Is that right, Jason?
That's what he said. Took 17 takes, and he didn't hold back on any of them.
That's funny.
Mark Myers.
Yes.
And he had so many behind the scenes stories that when you talk to people that were actually involved in the movie, and for them just to give an insight to so many of the shows, it's just amazing.
Mm.
Oh,
And for them to sign off and to appreciate us and to appreciate what we're doing, it's just an added feather to your hat,
Yeah, that's cool.
Absolutely. Well, we do appreciate you guys, and now our second guest is here for today.
There she is, Miss Roseanne.
Miss
Hey.
Roseanne, yes.
How you doing, darling?
Good. Hey, I know you.
You do. It's
Who
good to
is that?
see you.
Who is that? Hi.
It's me.
Yeah, it's Buford.
Be justice, of course.
Ha, ha, ha.
I have my cell phone sitting in a cup, so it's sitting up in front of me. I was having trouble with my stinking laptop.
She sounds just like Roseanne. Can you believe that? I tell you.
I
it
was
looks
gonna
like
say
it,
she
too.
definitely
Yeah.
does.
Definitely.
How you
That's what I
doing?
was actually.
I'm not in my Roseanne makeup tonight. I'm just me tonight.
That's all right. That's all right. Hey, we're so happy to have you here, Ann, because this is all about tributes tonight. So you definitely qualify for tonight's episode.
That is
We
very good.
appreciate y'all having us here.
All right.
Yes,
Thank
and
you.
thank you again, Eastbound and
Rose-
Down through. We wish
Ro-
you nothing but success. Yeah.
Thank you
Hey,
so much.
thank you.
Roseanne,
Thank you.
Roseanne, lead us out with the Pledge of Allegiance.
What are you leaving? You leaving already? Really want me to sing?
That would be awesome. I remember
That
how you
would be
sung
good.
it. It was great. See you
All right.
guys.
See you guys.
All right, see ya.
Thanks for
Bye.
being on the show, guys.
Later, dude.
Yep.
All right. All right. Bye.
Now, I don't know him. I thought I was looking at the sheriff. What's your face?
Yeah,
Oh,
Buford
Bailey?
and T Justice,
Bailey?
Sean Bailey. Tribute
yeah.
artist.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi, Anna. Welcome to the show.
Okay, who are you?
Hi, Mama T.
Hiya.
Hi. Me and my boyfriend have a bar here in McIntosh, Minnesota. He's a blues musician. He just released another album, and we're waiting to see this one on the charts too. The last one was on for like a year. But I do a little newsletter, and apparently I'm a co-host on some cool podcast called Renegade Radio.
Yeah, that no one's ever heard of.
So tell me, what makes you a renegade?
Oh,
Yeah, what makes you
oh,
renegade?
what makes
Come
me
on.
a renegade?
Come on,
I do
Annie,
what I
you looked with me
want.
before. We're renegades.
We're all renegades in our own way.
There you go.
I do what I want. I was
She
married for
likes- she
20
likes the
years
alcohol.
and suppressed for a while, so now I'm
There you-
me, and I'm finally living my life the way I want, and I'm happy. So
Me too. Me too. I do what I want. I do a boogie board, a drum, hand drum.
Oh,
I air guitar.
Nice.
Somebody just gave me one, no strings attached.
Hey, Annie, you look fantastic too. I just want to let you know.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's going to be hard. I really can't do Roseanne anymore. Well, not the old Roseanne that everybody knows, because I'm down 80 pounds now. You look awesome too.
I was down to 100. Yeah.
Holy
So
crap.
everybody knows me and Annie go back a lot of years, I guess.
Yeah.
We used to raise hell in Florida, and a lot of
Hey,
fun.
you and I together lost a fat person.
I had to get divorced to lose 300 pounds, ugly fat.
So did Roseanne. She had to get rid.
Well, we're Renegade Radio. We're we've been around for a short period of time, but people seem to love the show, and we're trying to get as good of a show as we can with some of the best guests, some of the unsung heroes of the entertainment world that people either know about or they don't know about. And I feel the reason why I wanted you on our show simply is because I feel like more people should know about you. And what you've done in your life, and even your, some of your personal life too, a little bit. But just, why you liked doing stand up, and why how the whole Roseanne thing happened. But just happy to have you on here.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, if someone said 25 years ago I would be in entertainment, I'd say doing what? What, playing classical piano? No. I like everybody else. I had a corporate job. I used to fly everywhere all over the country and doing sales presentations, environmental information. Woo! I worked with engineers. I loved them. They're a fun type. Then I got to a point where I started getting stopped in airports and hotels. at first I'm walking through airports and stuff, and people were looking at me. Look, I'm like, what the hell are they looking at me for? Is my blouse unbuttoned? Is my slip hanging? What the hell? You know? And then people started asking me, hey, Roseanne, are you Roseanne? I'm like, no. And then I started to get to the point where like, wow, I wish I had $1 for everybody that said something to me. And then I was watching her, and then I looked real closely. And when she turned certain ways, I'm like, holy shit, that looks like me, you know? So I started doing lookalike work. My very first job was
That was Roseanne.
Phil Donahue show. Yeah, cool. And I started impersonating her. And when I got up on stage and I was getting laughed at, I thought, I like this. So I started writing my own material, and I love making people laugh. Even I just like making people feel happy, you know? And I like moving around, and I like saying the shit that's in my head that everyone thinks, but nobody says.
Yes. That's what I like about being on this show.
Yeah, and I love her. I think she's fantastic. I think she's smart, and she got a raw deal, and I'm pissed off about that. But what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I don't believe they continued the Connors without her. Like that just.
No, as soon as that happened, I said, I'm not watching this shit again. It's not the same without her. It's not
No.
her. How dare they? But you know, she's still out there. She's doing podcasts too, and you know, I hope she does a lot more. I think she's funny. She's hilarious.
Have you ever met her?
Oh yeah, like 14 times. It's really cool, but who's counting, right?
Oh, no.
Yeah, but it's very cool, and she seems to like me. She approves, and it's very cool. She had me out there for one of her Hollywood things when they presented all the DVDs of the show, and I was in the VIP room. I met a lot of people from the show in Hollywood and stuff, and I remember, there was this guy that kept looking at me real funny and looking at me real funny, and he's walking by and he's really sizing me up, and I'm like, what the hell's up with this guy? And I'm looking at, and I realized, oh, that's her ex-husband. So I was in the Roseanne BARR uniform, and I had something in my mouth, so I started chewing, and I looked at him. I'm like, scary, ain't it? And he goes, yeah. And he goes, yeah. So,
Oh, that's funny.
I mean, it's been a lot of fun. I met a lot of people, and it's just a lot of fun. But you know, it makes you realize I don't know how stars deal with people all over them all the time. Because I mean, I'm just someone that looks like her, and I know how much I would get bothered at some places.
You sound just like her too.
Yeah, and I mean, and that's the thing. I remember I was in the movies, and my sister and I went to the bathroom, and we're in stalls side by side talking to each other, just talking, and all of a sudden I see feet outside the door, and I look and I'm like, hello, and they go, hi, you're Roseanne BARR, and I'm like, no. You know, and they would. I'm
That's
not,
funny.
Roseanne is not in Milford, Connecticut. You know, and still she stayed outside the door and waited until I came out to make sure it wasn't Roseanne.
I got a viewer comment. They're wondering if you are referring to Tom Arnold himself.
Yeah, and yeah, I met him, but I mean, one time I was in New York, and I was going to do a little show over there, and it was snowing, and I was early, so I popped into the Four Seasons Hotel, and I just went into the ladies' room, and I'm just fixing my hair and stuff and my makeup, and this woman kept looking at me, and she goes, you know, your ex is staying with us. And I looked at her and I said, you mean Tom? And she goes, yeah. And I said, is he still here? And she goes, well, he was this morning. And I said, okay. So now my husband is with me and he had on a suit carrying my bag. So it looked like he was my bodyguard, right? He was a big guy. And so I go out and I pick up a house phone and I said, Tom Arnold's room. And they didn't even ask me, you know, who they just connected me. And then he picks up the phone and he picks up the phone and he goes, yeah. And I said, Tom Arnold? He goes, yeah. And I said, hey, it's Roseanne. And he goes, Rosie. He goes, how the hell are you? I said, hey, I hear you're at the hotel. I'm downstairs. He goes, no shit, what are you doing in New York? So I told him, I said, anyway, I wanted to come up and say hi. And he goes, no, I got people in my room right now. And he started telling me, I'm like, no. I felt bad because I don't want to cross any lines, you know? So I said, Roseanne, I said, Tom, I said, listen, I'm not Roseanne. I'm a Roseanne Barr impersonator lookalike. And he goes, you're shitting me, right? and I said, no. So well, he goes, no, you can't come up now. He goes, but if you want, you can wait downstairs at my table. So I went down to the bar. They weren't even letting people in because with the snow, only guests could stay there. But they let me in. I said, yeah, Tom Arnold told me to come and wait for him at his table. They just like let me in the bar. So, but I couldn't wait because he took a while and I had a show I had to do. So I didn't get to meet him that night, but I met him at Caroline's comedy club because I worked there for a while too. But it's been fun. I mean, to go from a corporate job in sales and engineering, information to being a goofball and hanging on people, it's just been a blast. I mean,
where are some of your next performances?
I'm actually
coming up.
Actually retired now. I'm not even doing stand-up, but there's local people here that open up a comedy club, and I did some shows with her, and she's trying to get me to come out of retirement to do shows, and I'll tell you what, I'm starting to itch again for the stage. I mean, there's times you just can't shut your mouth. You have to say stuff, and I got to get back. And you know what it's like, John. You know, Sam over there. You know what it's like. Sometimes, yeah, I don't know. Even in church, sometimes I have a problem. You know, like you look at something, and you're like, you know, and you
We did that gig with Pauly Shore. That was fun.
What's that?
The gig we did with Pauly Shore. That was fun.
Oh, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And, Whoopi and you, Robin Williams.
Yep.
We
Little
just had
Bobby
Whoopi
just-
Goldberg.
It's a crazy world. I'm telling you, it's fun. And the crazy thing about it is when you meet some of the other impersonators, it's crazy how some people have the look, they have the mannerisms, the natural voice. It's really freaky.
Yeah.
Little Bobby just heard your voice and he said, who is that? He said that you can come to the bar and sing the national anthem anytime you want. Come on up, man. Yeah, we'll have you. We'll put you upstairs. You can stay upstairs and come down and sing the national anthem for us.
there's Bob right there.
I'll tell you what, I plan on doing a road trip sometime in 2024. And I want to do the northwest corner of the United States because I have visited all the lower 48 except Oregon, Washington, Idaho, Wyoming, North and South Dakota. And what else is over there?
Minnesota.
Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota.
That's where we're located, is right here in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have that corner to go through. So you may hear from me. You may see me in person. I'll come bug the shit out of you.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, send your friend request. We'll hook up.
Maybe even do some stand up. You know?
Yes.
That'd be fun.
That would
so
be
much
so.
fun.
I tell you what, if you did that around here, people would freak the fuck out. They wouldn't know what to think.
Seriously.
We got a lot of
We've got
local smokers around here.
Yeah, we've got some casinos around here that
Oh.
would definitely pay you a lot of money to do that.
I like the sound of all of that. And what's
With the money part, yeah.
what's the temperature over there right now?
Right now,
59 or 55 degrees.
is it?
Yeah.
It,
Currently,
it got
anyway.
up to 60 today, I think. But
Well, that's not bad.
Well, it's April. We just got done having a little snow not too long ago, a few days ago.
I saw that. And that's why I moved away from Connecticut to Florida, because I had it. I had it. Now the only thing I'm shoveling now is sand.
what was
Okay.
what was your favorite gig that you ever did?
Oh my
Sorry,
goodness.
didn't mean to make you think.
Yeah. I really loved working at Caroline's comedy club. I liked I pretended I was Roseanne there while people were in the dining room. So it wasn't on the stage downstairs, it was upstairs, and it was really cool. I also enjoyed going to Guam and Saipan. And,
Wow.
Wow.
and yeah, and going over there, and there was one night, I think half the audience was drag queens. but it was a blast, and the people were wonderful, and the weather was great. I don't know, I just love all of the gigs because, well, then there were other times your green room was like a plumber's closet with a mop and a bucket, you know. But I mean, I really enjoyed getting into character and seeing all the love that people have for her, you know.
Yeah,
It's
she's great. She, like you said, she got screwed, and
She really did. I mean, and it's just all Hollywood politics and it's bullshit. They're looking for a
I know a
reason.
lot of people don't like her, but I think she's a genius.
I think she's hilarious. And yeah, she's very smart. And you know, every now and then I do a gig and there'd be, or you walk around in character and there's a couple of the women would like, oh, I love you, and then you'd have some guy that goes, I don't like Roseanne. And I'm like,
Why are you here?
I said, I don't like you either.
Yeah.
We used to go to Greg Thomas's things in Orlando. You know, remember Greg Thomas?
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun there, but they wouldn't let me ever go on stage because I guess they're afraid I was going to get raunchy on everybody. So a lot of places wouldn't let me on stage because of that.
Oh,
It was unfair in a way because I did a good Sam Dill, you know, tribute.
Yeah, I know. And that's the thing. You know, sometimes just because your character has a name, I mean, you have to give us some credit that we have some, you know, sense. We're not going to offend people. I got hired to do a graduation ceremony at the Harvard Business School, and they wanted me. All they wanted me to do was come and do like a minute of something, and then sing the Star Spangled Banner. So I was up in this beautiful room, and I was getting ready. And then I hear a knock on the door, and a couple of the way up high school officials came in, and they didn't want me to go on stage. And they thought, well, what are you going to do? And I said, I'm not going to do anything. And they go, well, you're going to sing the Star Spangled Banner. And I'm like, yeah, and what's wrong with that? And they said, well, you're not going to grab your crotch and spit and do all that. And I said, no, I'm not. And I said, I said, this is hard. So anyway, so I get out there and I forget what I said. I did a few minutes and I said, okay, I said, let's time to rise for the Star Spangled Banner. And I started singing the Star Spangled Banner. I look around and there's still a lot of people sitting in their seats because there's people from other countries. I don't give a shit. This is Star Spangled Banner, right? So I stopped. I'm like, wait a minute. I said, everybody get up, stand up, and you know, and I made them all stand up. So but I mean, but they didn't want to let me go on stage at first because they were afraid, like you said.
They thought you were going to be disrespectful when half the audience was actually being disrespectful.
Yeah.
But I used to have a manager that, he used to tell, like we did this one with all old people, this show, Now they put me with a Roy Orbison lookalike and a fucking another singer. I forget, Elton John or some, maybe I forget, but a Rod Stewart. And
Oh.
then they have me doing comedy right in Florida, down in Fort Myers. And he says to me, listen, he goes, you know, you do that one joke in the beginning about fucking women in the butt. And I went, yeah. He says, don't do that, man. These are all old people. Don't do that. I'm thinking to myself, I like to see them tell Sam not to do it. So the first thing I did, get on stage, I talked about it. They absolutely fell in love with me. They were giving me their phone numbers and his room numbers going, remember, I knew. It was hilarious, but I did the opposite what my manager said. He wasn't happy, but I told him, I said, dude, you can't tell me what to do. It's a tribute. They have to learn how to live with it. You know that. I mean,
You either want the star there or you don't.
you don't.
You know, I can see putting some parameters on it, but you're going to be, I mean, Sam and Roseanne are both known for having big mouths.
Right.
You know,
And we
so
did have big mouths in Florida, didn't we?
If somebody wants to watch a tribute, they want to watch the real thing, not a watered down version.
Right.
yeah, they're not hiring someone who's impersonating a preacher. They're hiring somebody with big mouth, and they're going to say it like it is. And by the way, these old people can tell us a few things too. So
Yeah.
forget that.
We're in the same boat, Roseanne. Or
Yeah.
Annie.
I answer to either one. But,
See, we're having a good time over here. I figured we would. I figured I'd get comfortable after a while, you know?
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I love Annie. We go back a lot of years, so yeah, I have fun. We had a lot of fun.
Long time. I remember that time we were walking around. Was it Universal?
I think so.
Yeah, and I was in my Roseanne uniform. He was all done with the cap and everything, and we're screaming at each other back, and people are looking like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, I used to be fun at one time, guys. Don't worry about it.
Oh, we know. We
Right.
saw the videos. Well, we appreciate you, Ann. We don't want to keep you too long. I mean, we just wanted to talk to you a little
Love
bit.
you, Annie.
Know you a little bit.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you
and
know.
and it's a
Thanks for
good
being
point.
here.
I didn't realize that when you said 7, you meant 7 your time. So
I thought I said that because I know when I ask most people, I always tell them 7 o'clock my time. I always say Central
oh,
time.
and I would have been on saying, "Where the hell are they?"
Well, we figured it out, but you know, I appreciate you saying yes anyway, because this means the world to me. I wanted to surprise Sam because I know that he was surprised, you know, when he found out, because he knew a few days ago when I made the announcement and everything. But it was like I wanted to.
I was
you know,
excited.
surprise everybody.
To see you,
Oh.
and you know, we should get together sometime and tear up Florida a little bit.
Well, I'm going to be coming down. When I come down, I'll let you know because I'm going to take a ride down there and see all my friends and stuff, and maybe hang out for a day or two.
Cool. Okay.
I'll make sure I look like Sam a little bit when I come down.
Where can people find your schedule and maybe book you?
She's retired, remember?
Are you really?
Yeah, she's really retired.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm retired, but depending on when it is, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
I'll
So-
tell you what, Annie, whenever you decide to do it again, why don't you
Yes.
come back on our show and we'll push the dates and we'll push you on the show and, you know, and we'll do that for you.
I love
If
it.
you really
Okay.
do come to our area, because we, you know, like I said, I live in Minnesota and North Dakota and South Dakota's not that far away either. So, Mama T and I are real close. We're like 10 minutes away. So, and then we have another guy that's from Grand Forks. So, you know, Sam lives in Ohio, and Tingman Eric, he lives in Texas. So, but he's gonna be coming up here pretty soon.
Well, I'm going through Texas too because I have friends in Texas, and I need to do another road trip. I'm getting itchy for the road. I have
Me
to
too.
take
Yeah.
a road trip.
I'm ready.
Yep.
All
So
right. Well, I think we'll end it with like that, and so we appreciate you, Ann, and thanks everybody for watching another great edition of Renegade Radio, and thanks to Eastbound and Down as well. We appreciate those guys for. coming
okay,
on the show.
John,
All
John, everybody have a great evening, and it was great seeing you all. Okay.
Love you, honey.
All right.
Love you.
See you next
Bye.
week.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye.
Good night.